Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, all. Hope you're doing well. Happy weekend. I hope you can hear me. Thanks for listening, and thanks for those who have put on. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate you. Please let me know if you can hear me. Still trying to do my settings. I think I need one more light. I'm not sure. Lip gloss. How are you doing? Thank you. I hope this music is playing. Not sure. I hope everyone can hear me as well. I don't know which one is playing, so I just need to. Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you. Please remember to give the video a thumb up if you haven't done so. In 9 minutes, I must rush the shower. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please, can you hear me? I don't know. Can you guys hear me? I just want to be sure the volume is good before. Please give the video a thumb up if you haven't done so. Thank you. And share if you can. So, good afternoon once again. Happy weekend. Hope your week has gone well. We thank God for another weekend. Let me share myself out. The light is always reflecting on my glasses. One since I have my phone close to me, I think I'll just take it off now. I haven't seen any response. If you guys can hear me, oh, I'm a little busy, but I'm on. Okay, no problem. Thank you for coming. So, good afternoon, everyone. Who are we talking to? talking about today. Let me share myself in case anyone wants to join me. It's a reminder. We can hear you. Thank you. Thank you. That's fine. Thank you. Is the music playing? Um, okay, I think I need to. I'm not sure if it's playing. Okay, okay, okay. So, what are we discussing today? We have a lot that we want to discuss, and I hope you meet we're going to. So, I have here why can't the person who has passed away be judged? I used to hear that. I do have some explanation, but we could have people that have better um, explanation where they can tell us why they can't. My reason for asking is I'm sure majority have heard about the BBC news that have been going around, going on about late Joshua. Um, there was documentary about him in the past, and there was some of his disciples that were out to also narrate their own side of the story. Some people were telling tales, while some believe them. So, and recently they suddenly just brought it. I think it was on the second of this year, and I'm wondering why did BBC decide to do that. I don't know the reason for breaking that out at the beginning of the year. So I was thinking, since that's what they've done, and a lot of people were asking questions, like the man is no longer here to answer, um, or it cannot be kind of queried on what people are saying about it, just him. So, and some will say, why are you when he's no longer around? So I thought I should ask, why can't you judge? We hear people will say you can't judge the someone who has passed on. I don't want to use that word because it would make us compensate for what we're using. So that's why I felt why can't they be judged? And do you think this man that's passed on, do you think people should still be talking about him? Is maybe I should use atrocity or what they said he has done, which was not good in the sight of human. And I'm sure I will say by God as well. Do you think we're meant to be talking about it? Of course, people that have gone to talk about them, but they don't talk about them. Don't talk about someone who has gone to rest. And his church is still moving on. His wife is leading the church. Does that mean that the wife is also in support of what he was doing? Or are we going to say his wife wasn't aware? He said she's a prophetess, that she's well, and all that. What do you know about him? What do you think we should talk about? We should know what are the lessons to take about TB Joshua, his family story, the church stories, and the people that he got out of unprepared one. He wasn't, I think he didn't even accept the girl. And that's the people who have watched the documentary, and you can tell that how he got to know, maybe how he got to know about the lady and didn't want to really accept the lady. What are your thoughts on this? What are the lessons that you think we need to pick from all this thing? And religious people. I also have um Davido on this on me as well because Tiwa Savage, which is also singer as well, was basically accusing him of maybe using bad, just talking bad about her and that giving her a threat. So I think he's trying to maybe he has to take him to court. So I think the bottom line of the story is that they were saying the video is not looking after child. The first child which he was from Sophia. Sophia was his first baby mama. I think Davido has four. Is he four baby mamas? He's married now to Chioma. So yeah. And guys, please, if you want now able to drop your link, you can just type Grace or maybe you say hello or I also I think. And when I'm doing live stream, I just want to speak more on what we're discussing. So if you want like type that so that type Grace and now you drop your link. So that's why I'm not really doing um jackets on Mia. Please bear with me. Thank you. And yeah, and we have Pastor Toke Adejumo here as well, where she was saying, um, I think she was saying why you should not marry, yeah, why you should not marry. I think someone, we're going to go to the video, which I will play as well. And what else we have? Does marriage change? Yeah, she was also saying, um, talking about maybe marriage or not. Then I want us to talk about that. Some people believe that when they come married to someone or when they marry someone, they will be able to change that person's mindset or how they behave. Do you believe that marriage can change someone? Why should you marry? Why should you not? Why you should not marry another tribe? Is what she was initially talking about. Do you believe that you should not marry from the same tribe? People believe that if you're not speaking the same language, then don't marry that person because the language barrier. Um, and also, Pastor, I think when you were saying, if people are not member of their church, they wouldn't allow them to kind of come to the pulpit. Do you agree with that? Those are the four things that I have here. I actually wanted us to discuss about the lady that was doing viral for cooking. For it. We have time to discuss that. If not, we're just going to keep it on this. So if there's anything you want to talk about that, please let me know. I'm going to drop the link if anyone wants to please join me. Thank you so much. So that I'm not the only one talking here today. And yeah. Mm. Okay, so while I'm waiting, let me quickly acknowledge everyone. I think is it Claire was here. Rebecca, thank you. I think I saw Rebecca earlier a few minutes ago. Thank you. Very welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for supporting me. Thanks for your help. God bless you. Healthy habits. God bless you. Thanks for being here. Uh, yes, Priscilla Ogden, hello. Good afternoon. Happy weekend to you. I know you're at work. I know you're at work, except maybe you're okay. Um, Olmsted, Bogui Olmsted, thank you. Alice, thank you. Thank you for coming. Who did I miss? Miss J's blog. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. And who do I have here again? Eka, hello. Inspired to elevate. Ike. Is it Ike or Ikai? Thank you. Nice to see you here today. How are you doing? Oh, you should jump up. You should jump into the studio. Today, in fact, I'm going to have it today. Thank you for coming. And I think I have said hello to everyone. Okay. So, like I said, TB Joshua, why is it that they usually say the someone who has gone to be with the Lord? I'm not sure if it's with the Lord, but that's what we usually say it as a Christian. Someone who has passed on, they're no longer in this world. That they cannot be. You shouldn't talk about them. You can't talk about them. Just one minute, please. Let me take this chair off my back. Yeah. Yeah, someone who's no longer here that you can't speak about them. Why can we not speak about them? Why do you not think even when they talk about them, people be able to put the person out? Why is it being why do they not why do they always say don't talk about them? Are they going to wake up? When I was a lot younger, I think when you talk about them, they're just going to visit you. Or when you're sleeping, during those times at night, you can't put the lights on, you can't close your eyes. If you're in the bathroom because you'll be thinking they might appear. So why do you think they say they shouldn't talk about them? And all the story going on about is church. Are you in? Do you believe it? Do you think it's something that wants people to watch? It's an eye opener, church thing. People, Africans, the way they embrace Christianity, everything the pastor says, a prophet, miracle. We're talking on miracle, and that was even how TikTok would actually start getting up. All this thing, people will rush there. Even people that can pray on their own, the moment they hear miracle, they touch you, you fall down, all those things. It draw people more closer, and they know he's telling it get people to come closer. So he was really powerful then. When I mean powerful, like where people kind of fear him. I don't know what he uses, but people that were now very close to him to get more insight into how he was operating. Then later he started coming out to talk about what was going on, how he's been using people. There's some words like I said I can't use here. How he's been using people as in in an unacceptable way, and why some of them don't come out. This one that came out, or some people don't believe her. She's not the only one that came out. I think a few other people there. But recently, I think some of his the apostle disciples were out to narrate their story, saying, "Which one? Have you heard of the story? Have you been to the church before, or when you were a lot younger? At synagogue, when I was a lot younger, I used to get disturbed like, it's time. Yes, is to hear that I've never been there. I'm never a subscriber of it, so I've never heard good story about it, even from my own Malika. So, yeah, let me do this one. No thanks. Where did I stop earlier? So I don't know where to read the. Where did it read? No music on. I tried to put the music. I think I just hope it's not too loud when it's on. Yeah, thank you. I grew up with the consequence of marrying from another tribe and making it was different religion, Muslims and Christian parents. Mm. You have a point. I'm gonna go to that a video. Maybe we can play a little bit and hear what she said. And there are some of the things that some people don't believe in. Or I usually say what works for A does not work for B. Some people will tell you they marry from another place and everything was fine. And even when they were dating the people from their own place, it didn't work. So you find peace going out there and it works for them. So you see different people with nice background. Oh, thank you. I hope I'm not too late with this. Okay. My Because my parents have gone to be with the Lord and we still speak about them even till today. Nothing wrong in talking about them. Yeah. I think what they mean is that when you talk bad about them, when you're anything you're saying, as if they want to, if you what they want you to say is just the positive side. They don't want you to talk to speak negative of them. So even my late dad, even this morning, I was still talking about him with my sister when I was driving. Of course, there's no how we're not going to have reference back to them, but especially when those people are a bit, would I say, popular, powerful, um, kind of more known. They feel you start seeing people say, "Don't join them, don't join them," and you will be reminded of where it says, "Do not judge." Homestead, you're welcome. Elation Space, thank you for joining. Thank you. Welcome. How are you? Happy New Year. No, we're already into the new year. If you do good, we remember goodness, but if you live a bad life, you will be remembered. In that case, of course. Yes. Musisi said cultural different marrying into another tribe may mean adopting to different culture norms, traditions, and customs. Underestimating respecting those differences is critical for. It's true, yeah, it's true. I put the advert for 18 minutes. I hope it's not coming too frequent because I think I just saw one on my phone. So I just want to be sure that it's maintaining the same 18 minutes that was meant to. Family expectation, both Muslims and Christian parents may have specific expectations regarding the religion upbringing of children. Yeah, exactly. Balancing those expectations while maintaining harmony of the family may require open communication and commitment. Yes. Initially when they first start, they would do everything would be fine, but as time goes on, it start getting in their ways, and the children sort of come up with that. Even some children, when they get to school, you will see that they are just being left out. They could feel it, or it could be the relatives, people that are coming, people they are living, it does affect the relationship sometimes. And a lot of people are kind of being strong about it. Some they are fine with it for a couple of years, but after some years, they just can't couldn't take it anymore. Even when some people start, they will say, "Oh, it's not a problem," but they start facing things. The thing is, for how long you're able to hold it, and you just decide that you're not going to walk away from it. I think I've seen this one earlier. Secrets of Laura, you're welcome. I am giving God thanks. He is very busy. Okay, I believe greeting is going on here. Hello, Sister Uju. Says hello, host and everyone. Hello to you. Hello to you. Child upbringing, deciding on the religion upbringing, um, children can be sensitive matter. It's important for couple to discuss and agree on it. Yes, exactly. Oh, I have someone here. Thank you. Hi.
Hey, hello,
Hello.
Sister
Good afternoon.
Gorex. How are you?
It's evening. We're in the same place. It's evening.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Can everyone hear him? I mean, can you? Ah. Can anyone hear? But I can't not hear. Yeah.
Oh, no? It's better now?
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Um,
Oh, is that okay now?
yeah, it's fine. I think I just need to meet my destiny here.
Uh, oh, yeah, I can hear myself. Yeah. Hello, happy people. Hello, hello, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to
Good
you, my
evening.
lovely.
I like your background. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you, everybody. Like we always encourage you, you are in someone's house you like, and then you can share if you can.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here in your house. Your house
Thank
look
you.
lovely.
Thank you. I'm happy to have you as well.
Thank you.
I think I've lost track of where I am with the chat. So please, if I don't highlight your message, please bear with me. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
like I was saying, about
You
what we
go
have on
on.
the screen.
Mm. Yes, I'm listening. You go on, Mama.
Okay. I don't even know where I was. So yeah, I was reading Moses' message. It says, child upbringing, deciding on the religion upbringing of children can be a sensitive matter. It is important for the couple to discuss and agree on how to raise their children, considering both parents. Yes,
Mm.
yes, you're right. Thank you. Um, okay. greeting, parenting perspective. Yeah. Ifeanyi, you're welcome. Good afternoon. Happy weekend. He said good greeting, host, greeting everyone. How many times should we be warned about such time? Such time. Do you mean the TB Joshua? I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I like a background. Thank you. Should I leave the background? Because I was thinking, or maybe I should change it today, and maybe it's going to disturb whatever I'm wearing. But yeah, I can leave it. Thank you. We can hear. That's fine. Yes, we can. Cool, cool. Yes, it's me. The thing was for me. I muted my
Oh,
listen here.
okay. Can I move on with my contribution? Then I will be in the background. Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
just come
Thank
to
you.
say hello. I
Thank you.
love your motivation every time. Your short video
Thank
is so amazing. It's 15 seconds, but the message is there.
thank
So
you.
I'm so blessed to watch you and to listen to you. And then hello happy people, hello everybody who are here. You know, the title, the topic is so big. It's so big, but I don't know the people that you put there in the thumbnail, but I know Davido, the singer. This
Davido. Yeah.
topic, we are suffering as African about this system of marriage, of who to love, who you are not allowed to love, who you have to bring home. So it started long time ago, but I think the problem here is a male, a female come together as a marriage, starting family. It have to be something to discuss before to start family. Like, okay, me, I will like my children to do this. I will like my son to do this. But, and again, it's not easy. It's not easy because when two people love each other, and then your way or your background way or your country way or your tribe way coming to separate those two love because of they are not allowed to love each other because there are problem in the um, uh, tribe or where they are coming from is very sad. But again, we have to consider that. Because if a problem starts a long time ago, when we didn't have our parents or when ancestor there was having trouble issue, it goes the generation to generation, it go down. When I was young, by the way, let me introduce myself. Sorry. I'm
Yes.
Rebecca
Yes.
M. Le Prince. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. My name is Rebecca M. Le Prince. I am a content creator like you. I'm Congolese and I live here in the UK, London. So I met my dear Gorex in the one of, I think, yeah, one of the life I went. Yeah, I think so. My sister Gorex. And then we just get along. We visit each other. We support each other because what I do is what she's doing. So this is a YouTube journey life to support and then to give love and then to show love back. So when I saw you in my live screen today, I was so thankful. And then I saw you are on live. I said, let me come show love. This is how we have to manage. The
Thank you.
title, it ring a bell to me because I know from Congo, as a Congolese, there is some tribe that you don't even go to look for friendship because it's trouble. Your mom or your dad, they will say to you, oh no, not them. Not even as a neighbor. You have even to choose who is the next to you, who is your neighbor, because you don't want trouble. You don't want to be mixed. But at the same time, it's very sad. It's very sad how people can live. It's very sad. And again, it's getting better. Why is it's getting better? I think the young generation are breaking that barrier now. When they are in love, okay, they come to the parent. I am in love with this tribe. I love my girlfriend. I love my boyfriend. You like it or not, parents, we have to get along. And then it will be challenging. Love like that, it won't be simple. It will be challenged. But it's up to you, couple, to show the parent that we are here for love. We are not here for fight. That is inside Congo. But for Congolese to like someone who is not Congolese, it can be something, my friends. It can be something because you want to make the communication, the relationship easy. You want to make the two family to bond easily. But I know there are couple like that. They are successful in their relationship, in their marriage. And again, it depends to the religion as well. To
Yeah.
make it easy, which religion are you coming from? To mix with this new family coming and to come and meet another family. So is the situation is depend to one family to another. I will say that. Yeah, it's depend. Because I know I don't have a list to show my girls. I have girls and a boy, but I know which people we will be, or I will be comfortable for them to go date. And
Mm.
then I don't want to be that mom to give a list that you bring this, you don't bring this, you bring this nation, no, this nation. It's not just easy. It's not easy. What do you think about this, my dear Gorex? It's not easy, isn't it?
It's not easy, but but there's some parents that because of maybe what the experience they've had in the past, they will definitely transfer the same thing to their children. They'll start telling their children, don't marry from so tribe, don't marry a Christian or a Muslim because they've been dealt with in a bad way. So they feel, obviously if I've been would I say hurt somewhere, I wouldn't want my children to follow the same path. So, uh, some of our parents have done that they've done that don't marry from so place. I remember even watching film when anyone bring a tutors in, they will be asking where your parents from. Once they hear it's from so place, they'll say, oh, some of them instantly they will jump up. They'll say, no, come and leave. Why some will just go to the kitchen? They will now use time to call their daughter, maybe daughter or son. They will say, you can't. They will quickly wonder, no, you can't marry. And then one will be saying, oh, it doesn't matter. It's nice. She's nice. They will not. And since that time, they will not be nice to that person anymore because of maybe their parent comes from. That person has not done anything to them. They were only judging that person because of where they come from. Why? Because they've been hurt or they've heard the story or something has happened to their foreparents, so they felt it's a no, it must not happen. So those are the things that I feel it makes some parents to say they will say no. It's a no to you getting someone from this area and also as their religion as well.
Yeah, yeah. Especially religion. Religion, I would say, is a matter. Yeah, religion is a matter because it's a spiritual thing. Religion is a matter. When two people are coming together, it's not only they are bonding by physical bond, it's a spiritual as well. Because that spiritual bond, it will make the relationship to grow and then to be healthy. Because if I go to mosque and then my husband he go to church, there is no balance. There is no oh Priscilla, Baby. There is no balance. There will be up and down. But if we are coming, I believe a mate, it can be easier relationship. We have to look at both ways. It's not, like I said, it's not only physically. Marriage is not only physically. Then you come to me, I come to you, we start making babies. No. Excuse me. It's
Yeah, a lot
something.
of them don't think of it before
Mhm.
they start making babies.
Yeah, it's not only for babies. It's something as well you want to achieve spiritually, physically, mentally. Yes, it's a lot. It's a puzzle we have to put together. For the religion side, I will be mindful, like you don't go to there, this one is acceptable, because I want I want the couple to be easier to the life, the spiritual life. And then again, like we said, me, I know when I met my husband, we are both Congolese, but different tribe. When I come and share it with my mom was okay, because the Congo is big, and us, we are in the north, and my husband tribe is a little bit in the north, but the side. So us, we are on my mom's side and dad, we are people like they are people like not showing off but smart. They know how to live their life. And my husband tribe, they put them in the class of people, they just study, they are smart. They are smart, but it doesn't show in their life. So it was so difficult to say, oh yeah, do you know that family? And then us, we do I said, it's not about us, papa, it's about me. I'm coming to say to you, someone wanting me, someone want to marry me. My uncle was just a no. Because us Congolese, we go to mom's side. So anything uncle will say to mom's side, it will be yes, instead of what dad they will say. We are, they call it matriarcha in French. I don't know how to call it in English. My uncle was no, 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 no. Without even consulting me, without asking me what the family do, where are they living, what they have. They have to go to the list. What they own in the country. Which job are they doing? The ancestor, the mom. So he can be so worried, and then it would be too much on the plate. But now, as a Congolese, things are getting a little bit better. Like another tribe can go to another tribe. But I would say 70% of families, they are not in the yes to go out from the country, out from the nation. That one is a no. Especially if it's your daughter that you are giving away. Oh, because you will know your daughter won't be the only wife. Because that tribe or that nation, example, Congolese to
Nigeria.
Congo, Ghana. Okay, they love each other. It will be easy if a Ghanaian is a girl. That one, it will be no problem, because Congolese men will say yes to Congolese lady. But when Ghana men come to Congolese lady, it will be question mark, because we will be worried to know that our girls won't be the only wife. It will be someone in the side to comfort the nation, like to money to come back. They always say money to come back to the family. You are going to Congolese, money will go to Congolese. And then they will put someone next to you for the money to come back. So this is what we are going through. But yes. Yeah, greedy. People can be greedy even in love. Yes. And then our parents have to know the generation are changing. We have to be flexible. If two people love each other, give them a chance. But then again, as a parent, we are worried. I'm giving my daughter or my children a chance to have a family. But what about tomorrow? What about tomorrow? If they always if in everything in life. Yeah, so that's my contribution. I will be in the background. Nice to meet everybody here. And then nice to be one of you in your screen. My lovely girl.
Thank you. I appreciate you for coming. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's Rebecca. She has a YouTube channel as well. Please also support her. You can check out our channel as well and support her. Thank you. So she said she doesn't know other people that I was talking that were on the thumbnail, but she was able to elaborate on Davido and Jumobi, Pastor Funke, Ade Jumobi or Jumobi. I'll look for the video where she was saying that she doesn't supports marrying from another tribe. I think because of language barriers, and she's also talking about religion. So I feel when you marry from a different religion, it might be difficult for you two guys to, except maybe this has already been discussed. Excuse me, I do hear why some people will say it's been discussed earlier, but a few years later, the man will say, "Don't take my children to church, or don't take my children to mosque." That division starts setting in. Initially, it will be well, and they will agree, but don't forget that these people do get hit from their own family members as well, telling them maybe you're not man enough to have allowed your wife to take the children to church. You're not man enough to have allowed your to allow you're not strong enough to allow your husband to take the children to mosque, all those things. And after a while, it starts setting in. They'll start disagreeing. They'll start seeing something they're doing wrong. Then the fight to start. Then one of them will make instant decision like, you know what, we cannot be friends. You cannot do this. Men, and they will remind you that they are the head of the family and blah blah blah. And the woman will be want to say, oh, but we agree on this before. So thank you for everyone who are here. If I'm not able to call you out, please remember to give the video a thumb up, share it if you can. I don't know if what we the people on screen are matching up with the okay, it's matching up with the likes so far. But if you haven't given this video a like, please remember to give the video a like. I don't even know where I am with the chats. I'll just highlight a few. Please join my membership. I will appreciate that. Like I used to say, you can super thanks me. You can give me a super. Is it super chat? They call it super chat. I will appreciate as well. So, TB Joshua, do you still guys want? Do you guys still want me to talk about? Should we still talk about him? About what his disciples were out to talk about, where they were complaining about all what he has done. Why didn't they leave? Some of them said they were old, they were held. I said old, held because of certain things. They couldn't go out. There was no phone. They weren't able to use their phone. They said it was using jazz. But like I said, African people, they like miracles. So, and we saw some white people that were also there. They said, their passports was taken. Did you believe the story? Now that they are talking about him, and some feel that why is it now that they're talking about him when he's not here to defend himself? It seems his wife is also in support of him, and she is the one leading the church at the moment. What are your take on that? What are the lessons that you think we should take from that? Because in as much as all this noise are going on, we still have multiple of people attending that church. They don't see anything wrong in it. Why some later they will come out from the church and they will say, oh, they used to do for them. I hope people know what they mean by what I mean by juju voodoo. That's what they used on them, and they'll start complaining about tithing and all that. That's that. Pastor Funke said, "Don't marry from another tribe." Do you agree with that? Are you a product of your parents marrying from another tribe, or you've also married from another tribe at the moment, and it's working well for you? Some you work for well for them from the beginning, but it doesn't work for them again, and they feel okay. Initially, it was fine. Maybe their mother-in-law now sets in, and things weren't going well. There was a story I tweeted last few days ago on my other channel about a mother-in-law that was very nice to his son-in-law, even against his own daughter that misbehaved. I was, that part really got me. I like it, but when it comes to marrying from another tribe or another religion, even if the couples are in agreement, because people will always say once you hold yourself your hands like this or tight, no one can separate you. But remember, as time goes on, stories start coming in. different things. They eat from the maybe the mother, they eat from the father, their friends. They might not even associate with them anymore. There's a lot that they're taking in, and it starts affecting them gradually. This thing starts setting in gradually, gradually. That's why some will say, don't even bother. Because initially you want to take it, but you won't really like to take it, and you won't really like to, you won't be able to carry on anymore because you're having a sleepless night, and you guys start disagreeing, the disagreements start happening, and there's a lot of fight behind the closed door, and you start saying that this person has changed. This wasn't how we started. Yes. So do you agree to this? Do you agree to people marrying from another tribe? Me, I'm originally from Nigeria, though I don't live there. I don't reside there at the moment. Would I be able to marry from another tribe? I don't know if I meet the person and the way they treat me, but language barrier, I think I will have problem because I don't know. It depends. Except we're not living in their own place. I think it's something I might consider. But some would take you to their own place, and that's where you guys will be living, and it becomes a problem. Let me turn on the light because it's quite dark. Okay, I hope the music is not too much. Take this off. To me, I think this music is too much. It's too loud. Let me reduce it. Maybe I should turn off the light. I don't even know again now. Okay. Um, I'll be coming up in a minute. No problem. I don't know where I highlighted the chat up to. Hey Joy Kenya, how are you doing? Please connect with me for Bible quiz. God bless you. I will try and connect because on my second channel I want to try the Bible quiz on my community. So let's see, maybe that will work. You're welcome. Bible knowledge. Okay, thank you for coming. Um, I've lost. She said we are here to procreate, and no one tribe can do it alone. Yeah, me do you. If you think you can do it, if you think it works for you, do it. If you think it doesn't, it's not working for you, or it's not going to work for you, don't dive in there, because when you meet the person, it's their character, their attitude, how they treat you, how you guys respect each other, that will be the first initial thing. Knowing what they do and how you can care for each other before you start thinking of I think some people just consider the first where you come from. Some is the first thing is where you come from. Some is what do you earn. That's what people have things that they think of, what, like how much you earn. They want to know if you can look after them or if you can look after their parents. People have what the first things that is the priority for them. But religion wise, if you think if you guys are going to disagree, if you guys discuss it and you think you're going to disagree, then I don't think you should go into it. Even if you guys love each other, because it will be a barrier. You already know that it's not going to work. But if you don't know and you were in there and things change later, then maybe you guys need to talk. Um, love owes no boundary or barrier. Of course, they say that. They say that. When they say that we're growing up, we're still saying that. But some they actually used that to get into it, but it wasn't working for them. Yes, it wasn't working for them. Joy, darling. Oh, Sister Audrey is here. You're welcome.
Thank you. Greetings, host. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Happy weekend to you.
Happy weekend.
How is your beautiful babe?
How's my what?
Beautiful babe, daughter.
Oh, have you seen my daughter though? Never seen her before.
I haven't.
Oh, okay, yeah, she's good. She's sleeping now, so that's why I can talk.
That's
Because once she wakes up, that's another story. So, um, the topics. Sometimes I love all your topics. I have to think of which one do I dive into, which one do I talk about. But the one you're about marrying somebody from a different tribe, you said it well. It depends on an individual. Just like Funke said, you cannot tell the heart who to love. But people should understand that even after, falling in love, there's work involved. You understand? Because like you said, you have to learn the language, you have to learn the culture, you have to learn more about that person's tribe. Like I'm Igbo. If I decide to marry somebody from a different tribe, I cannot just fold my arms and say, because I'm Igbo, yes, I'm Igbo. When you enter into marriage, remember, you're not marrying only your husband, you're marrying the family, you're marrying the people. So I will learn, try and learn their language. I'll try and learn their culture. I'll try and learn their food. You see what I'm saying? I
yeah.
won't say if my in-laws come to visit me, I'll cook them my, let's say I'm Igbo, go ofo nubu, our bitter leaf soup. They may not eat it. I have to learn how to cook. Let's say if I'm married from a foreigner, all their own delicacy.
Eforiro. Eforiro.
You know?
Vegetable soup, yeah.
Is it? Yeah. I have to learn how to cook their own food. And there are some people that will not accept or agree to marry somebody from a different tribe, especially parents, because they know his work. They
Yeah.
know you love each other. If, just like you said, if you're living abroad, it will be a different thing. But if you're in Nigeria, you have to learn. And I've seen marriages separated because of that.
Yeah.
People don't realize it is hard work.
It's really
Love.
hard. What happened? We can't hear you anymore. Okay. I think there's a network problem. Yes, do you? I'll keep saying do you. If I'm faced with the same situation, which if I was, I'm not sure I would do it. Except if I already know that it might if I already set up my mind that it will be just for a few years, in case like it might not last, and I don't mind. As long as at the time we're in love with each other, is fine. But marriage is a long time thing. It's not the way people are saying marriage right now that it looks like a contract thing. But sorry, I didn't know what happened. I guess it's the network. you can rejoin if you don't mind, if you still have time to come and drop your 2 cents, like you used to call it. Yeah. So if you know you already set up you've already made up your mind that if it lasts for very very long time, fine. If it doesn't, then you're fine. As long as you guys love each other, as at the time, for how long it's lasted. Some it's just that they will think it has to be everlasting, like we were being taught. But right of recent, people don't face all those everlasting married thing anymore. They feel if it's not working, get out of it. In fact, I read a post where someone was saying marriage should now be like every 4 to 5 years, then people can renew it, because you never can tell when people will change. I think with that, just marrying from anywhere could help. You're welcome once again.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I was kicked out.
Yeah, it just suddenly stopped. We couldn't.
Yeah,
I
I don't
couldn't
know.
hear you. Then later it went off.
No, I think it was network. All of a sudden, I saw myself
Yeah,
out of
it's
the
the
studio.
network, I guess.
Mm. So what was I saying? Yes, it's work. It's hard work. It's work. You have to. The love that brought you in there will keep you, because you need to know how to. You need to learn one or two things about that culture. And just like here abroad, when you deal with patients, you have to consider their culture too. Culture is very important. They all have different culture. Chinese, when you talk about Asians, they may not look you straight in the eyes when they are talking to you. They may bend their head. You see, you
Yeah,
consider that culture.
yeah,
There are some that are so, family oriented that when one patient is in the hospital, the entire village may come. You have to consider that too. So when you
mm,
talk about culture, yes, you can marry anybody from any tribe, but you have to understand that you have to put in the work. At least try and learn their language, try and learn their culture, try and learn, their food, how to cook it. I cannot say because I'm Igbo, if I marry somebody from Yoruba, like you say, Funke is here. Funke, if I marry somebody from Yoruba, I'll be cooking only Igbo food for him. It's not fair now. Do you understand? So I need to learn all these things. And another thing is, just like he said, how will I say it? I don't want to call it, bias. Some people have this bias about different tribe. They'll think it immediately they see both of you, they'll say it's not going to work because your parents will not accept them. But people, when they decide to go, just like if I decide to marry a Congolese, I don't know anything about I have to learn, because I don't expect the love that brought me there may not keep me. That's why they say sometimes love is not enough in marriage. You have to do your own part.
yeah,
Do you understand? So that there will not be problem, there will not be friction. Because once there's in-law starts complaining, yeah, some will complain no matter what. And some in-laws, once you say, oh, you are married from Igbo, Omo Igbo,
yeah,
Omo Igbo, no. And some Igbos, you say Yoruba, how are you going to deal with it? Are
exactly.
you able to eat off a manu every day? You see what I'm saying? So
Look at
culture,
just the election that was last year election. What it cost alone, you could actually separate a lot of marriages.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be strong to get into it. I just tell people the truth. What love will get you there, but make sure you put in the work, because you will have people who will oppose that, even people you don't know. Just like here, when you talk about interracial marriages, black and white getting married, it may not be their family members, it is outsiders that are condemning them, even on the street. You understand? So you have to have that thick skin and know that it's something. Just like these sisters, Tiamori and Tamara. When Tamara married the white guy, the kind of drag she got, she came out on social media, she was crying based on the dragging. And it's not your family members dragging you, outsider, because they'll have something to say. So based on that, concerning TB Joshua's that you raised, Bisola, one lady Bisola, she has been
Yeah,
talking
it's a
about
nice.
him. She has been talking about even when he was alive. But one thing I tell people, as long as you have the Spirit of God, I don't want to say a lot. When you have the Spirit of God, that Spirit of God will tell you who is false and who is real. But let me tell you, when it comes to our culture, when it comes to religion in Nigeria, it's about what God will give them. It's all about signs and wonders. Nobody is pursuing true Christianity,
We
which
like
is being
miracles.
Christ-like. It's about when you say, "Oh, this body is doing miracles," everybody go stay there. Haven't you seen prayer meetings when they pray? It's about give them, give. God, I receive. God. Nobody is about being Christ-like. Nobody is about carrying that cross. You know, the old rugged cross, how we started. It's all about signs and wonders. And many prophets are getting into things that they shouldn't because of signs and wonders, because they
Yes.
want the crowd, whether we like it or not. And people ask the questions. And you know, when you see somebody that is a true Christian, you will know. Some people follow you because of what they think they'll gain from you. And if you don't return back, that's where their love stops. You understand? So
Well,
they've programmed our mind in such a way that you must get. That is not Christianity. And that is what is bothering, happening. I don't want to use the word. My dear, they say in Nigeria they have the largest church in Nigeria, but why is corruption still the highest order? Why is there okay, many are doing things they're not supposed to do. I don't want to use some words here. Why is it? Because lots of them are not Christ-like. Anybody can claim they are born-again Christians, but how do you live that life? Do you understand? And some of these false prophets, on the other hand, laying hands on them and putting more evil spirit in them. Think about it. I go to Nigeria and somebody will say, "I'm a Christian," but the way they talk,
the way
the
they
way
act,
they act,
the attitude.
the way they behave, and you're like, what kind of Christianity is that? So let me tell you, even people around you just you weigh people. It's not now. I don't go by. Oh, I'm a Christian. Or you come and sing. But no. I watch you. Do you have that Christ-like? Do you have Christ in you? Do you follow people based on what you get from them? Do you follow people based on, okay, I know if I do this, you're supposed to do that, and that's what it is. Now they see God as the God that gives, the God that gives, God that gives, God that gives. Go to prayer meetings. They don't even read the word to understand the word. They don't even read the word that God says, okay, when you're one person, when you are slapped on one face, you turn the other face. No. They want to give me God, give me God, give me God. That thing I want now, I receive. And I always urge people, start from Matthew. Read the life of Jesus. Read Jesus, his instructions to us on earth. Everything is not about give me. And that's why things are getting worse there, because everybody is religious. Oh, I'm Christian. But what kind of Christian are you? Are you really Christ-like? Because everybody is after give me. So when it comes to TB Joshua, Bisola, they've been talking about it. No, and when you sit down to listen and watch, not every one of them will not be lying. I'm telling you the truth. And Joshua has been urging them to separate them, to leave that to leave that place because of what she was going through. They were after her life that time. I listened to that girl that time.
Yeah.
So it's not that they are coming out. It's something that started a long time ago. For years, she's been talking about it. How God liberated her. And she was saying that for God sent her to liberate many. Guys, I don't want to be take your time. I'll be stepping down so that
You're
somebody else will
welcome.
talk.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope you can hear me before you leave, madam.
Who is
Good
this?
evening.
Who
This
is
is
this?
it.
This
This
is
is
fine.
Ifeanyi Okolo.
Hey, my brother.
Yeah,
My brother.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for your contribution. I could have just said everything that you said,
Oh,
but
thank
I'm
you.
coming from another angle. Thank you very much. I heard you last time when you showed up, but before I continue, let me say thank you for Funke. Madam Zio, you're welcome.
Good evening.
Madam Gores, thank you for having me.
Thank
I'm
you
glad.
for coming.
Yeah, I hope you can hear me. I'm trying with headphone this time around, so there's
We
no
can hear
echo.
you.
Yeah, Madam Uju, please thank
Yes.
you very much for reminding us being Christ-like, and at the same time, I would like also our because I had an uncle that got married in the north, and it was a Muslim. He later became Alhaji Ismaila. May his soul rest in peace. So let us so talk about our brothers in the other eyes.
Okay.
Let them understand that they should be also Muhammad like. Most people forget that Muhammad married an older woman, and it was the money of this woman. It was the money of this woman. Yeah, everybody knows that I'm in Germany. They see me in mosque. They know that I teach their children. So we all are good. So I'm not hiding. So what I'm saying is the truth. And when somebody meets me to discuss that Islam is the religion of love, and that is what it is. Islam is the religion of love. So I'm reminding our own brothers from that angle that we should be, Muhammad like, and not to be that extreme to certain extent that we don't even allow our children to marry outside our religion or marry somebody that is older. Muhammad married an older woman, and it was the money of that woman that Muhammad, may his soul rest in peace, married an elder. It was the money of that woman that Muhammad used mostly to do the missionary work that he did. So I love my Muslim brothers, and the reason why I'm touching this area is for you all to know that we should come together and eschew the religious stigma, because it is the religious stigma that made it look as if tribes cannot marry each other. Let me remind you all now, because I know that Funke has already hit me with love should have barrier. One of the most one of the most successful marriages. I'm spelling my word out. I'm not speaking in accent. I'm trying to spell my words out. One of the most what do you call it, successful marriages we have in Nigeria is intertribal marriage. Let me start with somebody like Babangida. I know that you people know about that. Was that marriage successful or not? I want the Nigerians here to say yes or no. Was that marriage successful or not?
No,
That marriage
We
was
can't
can go
tell.
by what they
We,
show us. We don't know what
yeah,
happens
we can't
behind the
tell.
scene.
We can't
I
tell. When
cannot
it
tell.
comes
I
to the
cannot
issue of
just say.
marriage,
yeah,
when
yeah.
it
I
comes to the
cannot
issue of
say.
marriage, an outsider
Exactly. I
cannot
cannot
say
say.
how successful a
Yeah.
marriage is. It's only what
Exactly.
they tell us that we know.
That we see.
Yes,
If I say
yes.
if I come to you and tell you my marriage is successful now, you don't know what goes on behind the closed door. You don't know if
Exactly.
my husband
That's
is
yes.
punching me every night
You're right.
or
You're
not.
right. You're right. We know.
Yeah.
We know that Maradona, is a kind of man. But there is something you notice: the influence of that marriage in the society. To some extent, did it bring out certain good things? Probably it was out of Miriam that Babangida was able to be softened. So let's put it in that perspective. Most of the let's put it from what we see at least, because it's what you see that you're using to tell your brother or your sister or somebody, your child, to not marry another tribe. So it's what you see. It's not what you know. So you see why I'm being careful. It's what you see, it's what you're hearing, and not what you know. And it's what you believe. Your belief structure, the belief structure in Africa is one of the things that is killing us. What are we talking about here? We're talking about procreation. We're talking about unification. Actually, marriage should be used in neutralizing issues. And that's what was used here. In Europe, all all dukes and they were fighting each other. All kings they were fighting each other. What brought them together? They have to marry their cousins in France. They have to marry their cousins in Germany, in Belgium, so that they will now do what? They will now neutralize that tension. That is what marriage does. And I'm talking about transactional marriage. But now we are talking about love. Who are we to say that somebody from another tribe will not marry another tribe? Let's say another example of a successful marriage. Peter, you might not tell me, Akwa Ibom is not far from Anambra State. I know. Peter B is married to somebody that speaks another language.
Exactly,
That's
and we're
also
not saying that. We're not saying
Yeah.
that people from different tribes shouldn't marry. What we're saying
Yeah.
is you need to put in the work. And I understand where you're coming from. Nobody's arguing that. You can marry anybody. My aunt even married an Hausa man, a Muslim, and they had a good marriage. But she had to learn the culture. She had to learn. She will not carry her Igbo culture to her husband's place. She has to learn how to cook their food. She has to learn the language. She has to learn Hausa. So that when her husband's family comes, at least she'll be able to communicate with them. And when they are there talking, at least she will understand what they are talking. So that when they are talking about her, she will know.
Very important.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's nothing wrong with that. But I know what my Bible says. You read your Quran. I don't know anything about Muhammad because I'm not a Muslim. I cannot say you're the one talking about it. But what my Bible says is that we should not be equally yoked with unbelievers. That's what it says, because it is hard work.
These are verses different. These are verses that other people brought in, mind you. That's the thing about collective writing.
The Bible, the Quran you read, isn't it other people that brought it in? Do you understand what I'm saying? You cannot doubt my own. That's what my Bible tells me.
I understand what you're saying. My issue is, let's remove. That's why I said that these two major religions, they are putting us in blind. Okay? How many times
let me tell you, Fanny, before I step down, thank you for explaining about Islam, that is love. But that's not what we are seeing. Do you understand?
Yeah. The same thing with our Christian brothers and sisters.
That they don't like Jewish Christians.
The same thing with us.
They destroy our churches.
Yeah, the same thing with us. We are destroying ourselves as well. That's the problem. Our problem as Christians, or the so-called Christians, is that we are destroying ourselves. So, and that's the reason why we don't have a front. But you see, that's the thing. We shall talk about love and move from love. You know, we should be talking about love. And that's the reason why we have to remove this, these imported religions, because they are killing us. That's the issue. That's what made me to come to this chat at the first semester, because I saw a pastor saying, "Don't marry from another tribe." My dear, what does that tell you?
No, I don't.
Are we talking about? Are we talking about humans here? Are we talking about animals? What are we talking about? Does anybody know what a human is? A human is made of image of God. So it's not the language, it's not the whatever the person eats that separates the person from being a human. And how many times have we even taken time to do what? To survey the cultural relationship we have through the Niger River connection? Have we ever known that the languages we call Yoruba, Igbo, and the Kwa Igbos on Lingala, these languages are the oldest languages in the world, and they are all related. You call it languages, they are not languages, they are mostly dialects. We can practice it now. For example, we can tell Gores to tell us what Imi is, nose is called in Yoruba. And this is where we should start. We shouldn't look at this pseudo organization that are now destroying the whole Africa. That's why I made that disclaimer, sort of, to remove religion from what love is talking about. And that's the reason why we should forget this idea of not marrying from here or not marrying. We should re-educate our people. Love is modern. Love it has to do with human. And the work you're talking about, Miss Uju, you are right. That work has to be done. That same work will be put in order to understand each other's culture.
Exactly. Very true. I agree. No, I agree with that. No, when it comes to no, I disagree with the preacher. You don't tell people not to marry from a different tribe. No, no, no. Like I said, my auntie married an Hausa man. They had
my uncle married an
the
Hausa
most
woman.
beautiful marriage.
Yeah.
But like I said, she had to put in the work because you need to be accepted.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You don't come and say, I'm an Igbo woman. When they come, it's my... No, no, no. You have to learn their language. You have to do what you're supposed to do. That's just the way I look at it. All right, let me leave you guys. Thank you, Ifeanyi. Just continue this preaching to your Muslim people. Islam is wrong. Why are they doing what they are doing to us? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but
Because I'm
Funke,
afraid.
please.
I am
Funke,
afraid.
no, no. There are humans as well. Funke, please come in. Funke, explain
I'll
to
come
me
in. I'll come in.
why love should have
Yeah.
a barrier.
And you see, as far as this topic is concerned, anything that has to do with marriage, we cannot generalize things. Yeah. We cannot generalize things that, I have a video on my channel where I said that. You cannot say all Muslims are bad. All Hausa people are wicked. All Igbo people are selfish. You cannot say it. Yes. I also believe that you cannot say one size does not fit all in these life issues.
Exactly.
Okay. Yes. Especially marriage. And you see, marriage is something that is just the two people that are involved, the man and the woman, that will bear the consequences. If you want to say, I want to be a cultural plane, I want to be a cultural neutral person, my child can marry anywhere. If your child marries into a place, into a toxic place, it's your child and that spouse that will be there together. You cannot live there with them. That's another thing to consider when you are getting married. And the third thing is that marriage is a personal thing, like you said, personal thing. Is not, you can't force someone's opinion like, I'm your father, you have to marry from my tribe. I'm your mother, you have to marry from my religion. No.
Exactly.
And another thing is, I am a Christian. I am not being brainwashed by any so-called imported religion. I am a Christian. I don't believe in. I'm not of the school of thought that Christianity is an imported religion. The Christianity that I'm doing is paying me. Yeah, like it is paying me real big, real time. So I cannot underestimate the power of my religion. So that's what I grew into, and it's paying me. Whatever is paying you, you will defend it at all costs. Yeah. Same thing with the other religion as well. They grew up with it and they can defend it. Some people can even defend it with their lives. Yeah. So that's another thing. I cannot remove religion from marriage. As far as I am concerned, I cannot remove religion from marriage, and that is my opinion. We have liberal Christians, they don't mind. Liberal Christians, they don't mind, you can do this and do that. In my own case, my parents they are pastors, they are church founders, and I can't imagine someone that has grown up in such a home to now grow up to marriageable age and now bring in an alpha, a Muslim to marry. It cannot be possible. Where will I meet that person? So all of my life growing up, I cannot see any Christian to bring home. That they have raised me in church, I did not see Christian. In school, I did not see Christian. In my neighborhood, I did not see Christian. It's only Muslim that I can see in all my whole life. That would be disastrous. That would be unfortunate for my parents.
Okay, what do you see first when you see that?
It means they did not raise me right. That means they did not raise me right.
Do you mean?
Let me think. Okay.
Funke, when you see that individual,
Funke,
what do you see first, please? What do you see first?
What do I see first?
Yeah, when you see that individual.
Where will I even fall in love with a Muslim? Where will I meet a Muslim?
Okay,
to the extent that I will fall in love.
If you saw the person,
don't get me wrong, I have Muslim friends. I have Muslim friends that we are very close, but not we cannot be close to the extent of procreating. What am I procreating?
You're creating
And don't get me wrong, I don't criticize Muslims. I have Muslim friends, close friends, but not we cannot be close in the aspect of marriage.
But even in
Because
Christianity, there's still you are Catholic, you are Protestant,
yeah, there's
you are born again.
discrimination.
Born again
That's our
cannot
problem.
marry. Born again cannot marry a Catholic, and that. Do you know I was brought up a Catholic, and my husband is an Anglican. I married an Anglican. My sister married an Anglican. My family
That's
had
a
to
war
suffer
zone.
for that. Do you understand? My father,
let me
they excommunicated
I am
him.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, let me finish. They excommunicated him for a period of time that they will not receive communion and all that, because
I can understand that.
he allowed two of us to marry. See what I'm talking about when it comes to Christianity?
Yes.
There's still discrimination. There's
Yes.
still division. So that's what I'm talking about. And I ask people, when we go to heaven, when we reach that heaven, which church do you think that, okay, Jesus will say, okay, all Catholics go over here,
Come to this side.
all born again,
All the Anglicans, go to that side.
all Cherubim and Seraphim. It's only one body of Christ. It's only one God. But on earth,
Yes.
we are discriminating.
That is what we are preaching now.
That is my thing.
We are actually in Nigeria. We are working on that in Nigeria. I don't know if you guys know about PFN, CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria. That's what we are working on now. I happen to be one of their executives on the youth level in my town. So that is what we are working on for Christians to be united. No need to separate Celestial from Anglican, from Catholics, from Redeem. We're not Pentecostal, we still have a lot. We have Redeem, we have winners, we have uncountable. But in heaven,
Funke, even with that redeemed, when they come to a place, you know how the general overseer said, go and plant churches everywhere. So most of these pastors
every corner
are not trained to be pastors.
Business.
Most of these pastors don't understand what it means to be pastors. Do you know in a city they'll be fighting? I don't want to use some words. They'll be fighting one another. They're supposed
I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Auntie Ju, I understand very well, because you see, let me tell you something, Auntie Ju. I grew up in a mission house.
Yes.
And my dad happened to be right now. My dad happened to be the leader of. He is the leader in the aspect of settling of conflicts between Christians in my state.
Yeah.
He is the leader, so I hear a lot of things. He's not around now. He traveled to settle a case between some pastors that are fighting.
All right.
So I know all those things you're talking about. It is happening. It is happening. But this issue of Christianity, this issue of spirituality, that's why people talk. We even talk about this TB issue as well. This TB Joshua. Christianity, this spiritual thing, it has come to a stage where church doesn't matter anymore. Your state of heart is what matters now.
Exactly. Are you Christ-like? It's not about giving.
Yes. Don't generalize. Exactly. It's you that should know your stand with your God. Know your stand with your God. Don't wait until I'm a redeemer. We don't associate with other people. Oh, I'm a Catholic, I'm an Anglican. It is your own state of heart that matters, because in heaven your church will not matter. The signboard of your church is not on the street of heaven. Yeah, so that will take me back to the issue of marriage that I was talking about. It still boils down to the fact that marriage is a personal thing. It's a personal thing. You cannot say one size fits all, and you cannot push your opinion on other people. Like in my own case, let me use myself as an example. I married into a Muslim family. My father-in-law is a devoted Muslim, a devoted one. And when I met my husband is the first child, and I was scared to go into such a family, because I know where I'm coming from. My parents won't even allow me. I know. So when I met my husband, but my mother-in-law is a Christian. She's a Christian, but she married a Muslim, my father-in-law. So, but my father-in-law, one day we were talking, and he was like, there are some things he regrets in life. And one of those things is that he did not show his children the way of Islam. He said, oh, he regrets not showing his children the way of Islam. So that's why some of his children are Christians, like my husband. Some of them were Muslims, some of them are Christians. So he said he regretted it a lot that he didn't force all of them to do Islam while they were still young. If a Muslim can say that, a Christian also will also feel the same way. If your child is not going your religion, the way you brought the child up, the child now grows up, you now want to go away from that line, the parents will not be happy. So marriage is something, is a personal thing, But as for me, let me now say my own opinion, my preference is that I cannot marry into a Muslim family.
You've
No,
already married.
no, I cannot marry a Muslim.
Okay.
I forgot you are there. I forgot you are still around. I thought you were gone. I cannot marry a Muslim, and I would not pray for my children to marry a Muslim.
Okay.
And talking about tribe, I'm sorry, I cannot marry another tribe. Well, that one is even over. That one is not possible again. Also. Yes, I cannot marry into another tribe because number one, I am very poor when it comes to understanding another person's language. Yeah. I am very poor at it. Yeah. The reason why I can't live in the reason why I cannot live in some European countries, I've gotten opportunities even this year. I have an opportunity of going to an European country, but because of the language, because of the language, I cannot cope. I'll be depressed because I will not be able to learn their language. Okay. I'll not be able to learn the language, and it will not be easy for me to live in a country where I cannot learn I cannot communicate in their language. Yeah. So marrying someone from another tribe, another language will be very difficult.
Yeah. Gores, do you have something for us? Before we continue, Gores, please. Funke, just wait a minute, because what you said now is very important. You see, the limitations are what we are looking at. We are not looking at what brought about that limitation. And we are not also looking at what we could do in order to start breaking this barrier. Because we are creating a confusion. Okay? We are creating real confusion. You know that here in Germany, you have to do some languages. If you're doing Latin, you might be doing English, stuff. But if you're doing other general studies, you do French as well. So there is always some knowledge of another culture that is imbibed into our system, and it is made. Most people here, they don't know how to speak English, so-called perfectly, but they communicate in English, they communicate in French. Most people are multi-language because, you see, this is a language that are together, but people see it on the surface that they don't have anything to do with each other. They really have something to do with each other. And that's where we are coming in. What do we do? Why are we using the religion as a template in living our life? Instead, let me complete that sentence. Why should we be using religion as a template to control our lives, which is another person's culture? One is from the East and the other one is from the West. Now, the main thing that helps our system is actually our culture, realizing who you are. And if I knew who I was right from time, and that's the reason why I ask myself, what are the relationships of Igbo language and Yoruba language? What is the relationship of Yoruba language, Igbo language, and Lingala? What are the relationships of some of the Kaniru, this middle belt language? What are the relationship? This is something that we're not asking ourselves. We're educating ourselves poorly. And that's the reason why you are having issues with knowing other languages, and what is going to happen to the children when they grow up? They don't know any other language instead of what? English. and probably a little bit of Yoruba or the one that you will taught them. And this is our problem. Our culture is dying, and it's dying because there is a superposing culture that is killing it. And that superposing culture is from religion, one from the east and one from the west. And that's the reason why we don't know how to speak our own languages. In those days, those languages you think they are separated, people understood each other. They did. So sorry for taking long. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, another thing I wanted to add in the issue of marriage is that there is a proverb in Yoruba language that says, Antigorex. I don't know if you'll be able to complete this proverb. It says, Ọkọ burúkú tàbí ìyàwó burúkú ó dùn fẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n àna burúkú ni ò ṣe ní. The meaning is that it's okay if you marry a bad husband, a bad wife, but try at all costs not to have a bad in-law or to have bad in-laws. Because, even if your husband or your wife is misbehaving and all, you can, or if you have your in-laws back up, if your in-laws are on your side, they can always talk to their children. You understand now. But if your in-laws are the ones manipulating your husband, you are done for. So at all costs, make sure you have good in-laws, you have lovable in-laws. Even if your husband is misbehaving, you have backup. So that's another thing that we should look into. Even if you want to go into intertribal marriage or interracial marriage, interreligion marriage, make sure you have the backup of your in-laws.
Yeah.
That's my own submission.
Doris, please come in. What do you want to tell us before we continue? Because I believe that you people are getting where I'm driving at. There is a core issue here. The core issue is the more we don't understand each other, the more that you cannot even marry within the Yoruba, for example, or the say now in Kenya, Kisumu. Or you may not marry from Luo to Kisumu. You may not marry from Chi to Ashanti. Or these are the things. We are being destroyed, and the educational system is so wrong because it's based on imported culture, and the propagator is what? The religions. These two major religions is really doing us bad. I don't know your language, that most people don't know their own languages today is because of this imported culture. People can quote Bible and Quran more than they can do some what? They can do some idioms. You can see the idiom you gave us now. Do you know the wisdom in that idiom? That idiom tells you, know the people you are marrying to, not just your husband. Know the people you are marrying to. Just like Sister Uju just said before. There is work in intertribal marriage. There is work in interreligious marriage. That one, I'm putting it out. I don't want to bring in religion about your marriage anymore. Okay? You can bring in spirituality, but don't bring in religion, because you can see how the Protestants are protesting against themselves and how Catholics are catechorizing against themselves. Yeah, they got charismatic, they got adoration, they got Lumumba, their knights, and all those secret society they have in there. You see, I'm not saying this to to blackmail or to put a black face on anybody. I'm only telling us, go back to the core essence of being a human. We are humans. That's what I've been trying to talk about all the while. We are humans. And the moment you believe that you're a human, love, when you find love, you put the work to it to understand the person and the people around that person. That's it.
Yeah. And even before us will come in, even within the same tribe, we have conflict.
You guys can continue.
Do you know that?
Goddess, we are asking you.
No, she said we should continue. Even within the same tribe, we still have conflict. As a Yoruba person, there are some states that, I'm from Oyo State. Some people say, don't marry from Ekiti State. Don't marry from Ondo State. Don't marry from, even within the Yoruba people, we still discriminate against ourselves. Like, these Yoruba people are not good enough. These ones are the ones that are good enough. So, just do you. I think just do whatever you are comfortable with, because you cannot check all the boxes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's very
So
important to use this forum, Funke. Please, it's very important to use this for, because that's what you just said that your organization is doing right now, trying to unify. That unification
yeah.
should come
Like
in
what?
no,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. That
Musisi
unification.
just typed something now.
Okay, please read it.
Like the message Musisi typed that Funke, interactions with family members can be influenced by tribal and religious differences. Building positive relationships with in-laws and family members is important for, yeah, it's very important. Let me give a
Yeah.
typical example. I went to my in-laws for the new year, and the way me I was brought up is different from how my in-laws do their things. You understand? Me, I was brought up in a fence. You understand that kind of upbringing? Like, I was brought up in an enclosure, but my in-laws, they are this free kind of people. Yeah. So whenever I'm going there, I have to leave my own lifestyle of indoor girl. I have to leave it behind. Like when we went home for New Year's now, my sister-in-law came to call us. Oh yeah, you should come and cook. As the wife of the family, as the wife of the family, you are the ones that will cook all the food. You are the ones that will do all the things when we are at the family house. You understand? But that's not my own. That's not my own way of life, because my own dad did not allow my mom to do all those things. My mom does not do yawole. Mommy wants yawole or yawole. My daddy did not allow my mommy to do anything. But when I got married and my sister-in-laws, they want me to do such, I cannot say, oh, my mommy did not used to do it, so I would not do it. I only did the ones I can do, and the ones that I cannot do, I told them politely that I don't know how to do these ones. You cannot tell me to come and pound yam now. I don't know how to pound yam. I will tell them politely. I mean, say, let's say on my hand, I cannot even lift up that thing to pound anything. So the ones that I cannot do, I will tell them I cannot do this one. The one that I can do, I will do it to the extent I can do. So we have to be like, we have to understand ourselves. I cannot say because my mommy did not used to do it, so I cannot do it. No, things will not work well that way. So that's another thing to understand when you are married, even within the same tribe. We married within the same tribe. We still have differences here and there. Yeah. So, over to you.
Understanding each other is very important. And
Yeah.
again, have a world view about life. Okay? Have a world view about life. That's very important. If our thoughts and our ideas are minute, we will never go any place, because there are ideas you might bring into that relationship, which will come from Kenya, which might come from Ghana, which might come from some other place. Because what we do in life is that we remind each other all the time that we are human. If somebody wants to treat you bad, for example, you don't have the capacity to pound a pounded yam, okay? And the person is forcing you to do that. When the result of your not being able to do that comes, for example, bad taste, or maybe you hurt yourself, that person eventually, if the person is not wicked, that person eventually becomes sorry for forcing you do that. There is always a remorse. There is no totality of evil. He can remember what happens to Job. What happened to Job? Job went to the God. The devil went to the God to tell God, let me just touch this man small. And God did what? God allowed him. He told him, go, but don't touch his life. The same thing goes to that wicked person you're seeing, trying to force you to do things that you don't know how to do. He gets a remorse when the result comes. That's what I'm saying. It might look like everybody that is wicked is outrightly wicked. Not really. Most people are not outrightly wicked. They are still, once you are in this flesh, there is still element of regret when you do something wrong. And that's what I'm telling you. Please know yourself and be open enough to learn. When you are open to learn, this idea of, you can even convince your family, telling them that this person is good enough, and you people are going to see how good that person is. So there shouldn't be any limitation. And I keep on hammering this hammer. Remove the imported religion. These two important imported religion that is killing us. in Africa. Remove it from the theme of understanding yourselves. All right, what religion are most of the Muzungus that we are marrying here? What religion are they? Some of them don't go to church, but they are very good individuals. They are the people sending money for all these churches to be built. They are the people helping out that things are working in most places. What are the religion of the people that we get involved here? Some of us in diaspora, we are married. We get involved with other people. What religion, what tribe are they? There's no tribe. So ask us that question now. Why is it in our own, in motherland, Africa, we are segregational, we are discriminatory? We have to find one thing or the other in order to say that a love that is supposed to stand doesn't stand. Do you know what love is? How do you feel when you fall in love? That's what we should start talking about. If you knew what love, okay, for example, now I see how you're shining. I say, goody yawo that you are. Your husband is somewhere now, relaxing and rejoicing. And that is what love is all about. You might tell me, it's not all bed of roses. Yes, there's work. Roses, remember, roses has what? Stones. Roses are beautiful, smells good. It has stones. This is where we leave this discussion so that we can continue. Maybe some other person is coming in. Look into the human aspect of an individual and not. Goddess, what did you say? Goddess, is anybody coming?
Oh, no one is in. You can
please look into the human aspect of any individual, and both of you can convince your tribe, your clan, your Grafhof, your palace. You both of you can convince that, look, this is out of love and we can make it work, and you people are going to see the positive thing. Let me tell you, I've always said it, only one match can light a room. Only one match. Try it. Just put off the light now and match. You will see that it lights. You might tell me, oh, it happens just for a while. Yes, but you've already at least used it to see where the door is. Instead, you will hit your head on the wall. So that's it. Only one match. So look into the light of any individual you meet. Marry the person. What are you waiting, my dear? I don't even know where my son is going to, I've been asking him about his girlfriend. Anyway, let me not bring too much joke, because people will say that Ifa is joking again. Please, human beings is our subject and not the religion that is giving us a lot of conditions. How could a pastor, what kind of pastor is that? Just because he sees some difficulties involving two individuals coming from different areas of life, they say, it's another tribe. What tribe? What tribe was the person that gave most of the money that was used in building his or her church? What tribe is the person? That money came from here. Most of that money came from here. Which tribe gave that money to build all those churches? So, my dear, I don't have to sound a little bit dogmatic. As you people have put it, do what works for you. But I'm telling you the truth, please don't limit yourself to myopic ideas about life. And let no religion put us asunder. These are acts in the name of the Most High. Can I hear amen?
In the name of the Father,
I said Most High. I said Most High.
Can I ask a question? You said, as you people have put it, do you not agree with that statement saying that do what you like?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I agree. But again, while you're doing what you like, don't do what you like and let it will be a bad example to most of us, to the children growing up. That's another problem. And that's the reason why we have to take what Uju said. Uju says we should try as much as we can to put work to it. We should put work to it. And putting work to it goes back to removing the conditions the conditions are laid by
It's
these
part of
two
the do what
religions.
is do you as well to me, because you should have research. If you're
Mhm,
diving into another family or
mhm.
another religion or wherever, you should be able to kind of weigh things and see where you also need to contribute to blending. If you know
Yeah,
it's not going to work, then you can't force yourself in and start complaining. You
very
should be
correct.
ready and think of, okay, what if this come? I'm ready to stand.
Very correct. Very correct. And that's the thing. Doing you with work is very important. You don't just do you because maybe out of infatuation, you just get involved. We're having somebody coming in. Oh no, okay, that's Funke showing us her beautiful picture. Okay, now we are to do what we want, what we can. But while we are doing it, we are using this forum to advise people to put work to its place. Learn the person and the family, the background you're going into, so that you don't go into it and you run off, and then a pastor will use it as a statistics to tell you don't marry from another place. But if the pastor sees a Muzungu, Oyibo, the pastor will tell you, it's the work of God. And bless you too, so that there will be sowing of seed after the union. So, my dear, let's be careful what we are hearing from this imported culture. So,
Can I ask a question? Sorry.
please do.
I'm just looking at some topic that I put down, which we might come to another time. It's not this month. Do you think it's okay for a man of God or pastor or whatever to be telling people you can't marry this, you shouldn't marry this? Are they meant to be in the place of doing that?
No,
Because
no.
obviously it's part of why some ladies or women or mothers, parents are going through them to check if this person
Thank
is
you.
suitable for their.
Thank you. That's it. I've just answered the question, but may I put some two statements to buttress my no? It's not right. It's not right for any person. Just like Funke said, and just like you just said, do you? It's not right because this is a thing of the heart. This is a thing. This is deep, my dear. I knew on few occasions that I fell in love. I knew how I felt. If you told me then to clean the whole house, wash the whole cars in the garage, I would do it because I'm sure that afterwards I'm going to meet the person that I'm going. So the pastors doesn't have. It's not a good teaching. It's not a good teaching at all.
I have something to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a pastor should not stay on the pulpit in the front of the congregation and tell you, do not marry this person, do not marry that person. That one is not right. But there are some exceptions. That will be one-on-one situation, counseling situation. The pastor can counsel you, but it's not like the pastor will stay in front of the congregation. I'm telling you, do not marry this person. And based on their own experience as well, they can counsel you on, oh, we've had experience with this person. Like there is this issue that happened. I used to say it a lot. I grew up in a mission house. I've seen a lot of things happening in marriages. There was this year, I was still very young then. There's this woman that wanted to marry someone, and the pastor, when you are in love, like Ifeanyi Cool is saying, you can do anything. If they tell that man to go and drain River Niger, the person will go and drain it. Will be draining the water in River Niger. If you tell to go and climb the highest mountain, you will do it just to get what you want. But there are some people that have seen something about that man, and they're trying to convince this lady not to marry this man. But the lady refused, said he must marry this man. When they got married, things took another turn, and now they are both, gone their separate ways, leaving the lady as a single mom, trying to find lovers. I know it's very difficult for single women to find love these days. So the pastors can advise you based on whatever they have seen, whatever they have heard, whatever they know about this your partner. They can advise you. There's this other thing that happened in my church. We have this thing we call marriage committee in my church. They advise single ladies and single men that if you find someone in the church that you like, tell your pastor first before you go to tell that person. I know some youths, they don't like this thing at all. The youth in my church, they don't like it at all. They will say, how would I tell pastor that I love this person before I tell the person herself? But they have a reason for doing it too. That was how a man came to our church one year like that. And a lady now said he is in love with that man without telling anybody. You don't know where this guy is coming from. In the lady's mind, the lady thought he is a single person, not knowing that the man just came to work in our town. He is married somewhere. He now went to, she was already falling in love with this man. And then the pastors got to know about it later. And they were like, this person is married now. What if you had told us before, catching feelings, would have told you this person is married. That's the reason why. If you fall in love with anybody, let the pastor know first before you go and disgrace your ancestors before that person. So that is the reason why you should give room for the pastors to advise you. But not even if they advise you from today to tomorrow, if you will still not answer them, you still not do it. But give space for advice. Even in our cultural settings, we allow elderly ones to advise us, isn't it? Because there's another adage that says, nǹkan tí àgbàlagbà bá rí lórí ìjókòó, tọ́mọdé bá gun orí ladder, 100 steps of ladder kò lè rí. Whatever an elderly person will see while sitting down, if a child climbs the highest mountain, you cannot see it. Experience is a great teacher, like they used to say. So I support the fact that you should allow your pastors or the elderly ones to advise you, to put you through. Yeah, but they cannot force you to say, this is the person you must marry. No. Yeah, that's my opinion about that.
Thank you very much, Madam Funke. Madam, you see, what you're saying now is that I will ask you a question, but I'm not being confrontational. I'm not being confrontational at all. I'm asking you, you said with the experience that they have. You see, I have issues, with I have issue with a priest that is in celibacy, giving, gynecological instruction. I have issue with that. Okay?
I know. I understand. I understand.
So now I'm asking you, a pastor that just graduated in winner school is going to advise somebody. No,
I don't support. Yeah, I don't support that as well. Because
wait, let me get to this point. The issue is these pastors, their idea of being a marriage counselor is not because they are they are therapists, they are counselors. They didn't study it. They did not travel. There are people that never traveled out of their own space. How would you know the character of people that are somewhere and you are advising somebody over such an issue? I'm telling you the truth. We should be careful. We should be careful bringing these two religions into our matter. Because
that's why I said
they fed us. They fed us to some extent. I know you're saying there's need for us to defend our own. Yes, but our own is human. The first constituency here, the first constituency here is the human. And if you look into the human aspect, that you would like, that I would like anybody to do to me, I wouldn't like to anybody to, I wouldn't like to do it to another person, the other way around.
Yeah, like I'm talking about. Yeah, like I said before, it's not one size fits all. Yeah. Like I've been married for just a little while, about 10 years.
Congratulations.
But for about just little bit of 10 years. So someone that will advise me in marriage, someone that has been married for 1 year cannot be my marriage counselor.
Somebody that is not married cannot advise
cannot advise me because you don't know what I'm passing through. Yeah. If you want to advise me, you must be older than me in marriage. Yeah. Like when we were in school, that was that one brother went to go and write book of marriage. I was the person that first of all confronted him that you cannot write a book of marriage. Mm-hmm. You are not married. So where did you get the experience you want to? You think on Google you went to gather information? You cannot write a book of marriage and sell it to me. That was what I told him back then, like 15 years ago. The boy went to write a book of marriage. Can you imagine? And you are not married yourself. So it's not one size fits all. If you want to choose a counselor, you have to choose an experienced person. I cannot choose someone that is punching his wife to be counseling me. So it means he will be telling my husband to be punching me too now, Shebi, because that's what he's doing. A woman that is not listening to his own husband in the house cannot counsel me,
I
because
have a
that's what they'll
question.
be telling
I
me
have a
to do.
question for Gores. Gores, please. I want you to answer this question. Do you know that Gores, you muted yourself? Or mute yourself, Gores. You mute yourself. We
Yeah,
cannot
sorry.
hear
I
you.
said Uju Talk Show is here. She said she needed to attend to her daughter. I don't know if she wants to drop
I
her.
think she's coming
Okay,
back. Uju, may you come
she's
in?
here.
Would you
Auntie
come
Ju,
in, please? While you're coming in, tell us if
I'm
you
already
can.
here. I'm
Okay.
already here.
Yeah, when you are coming in, tell us if you can attest to the fact that love is a very spiritual thing. True or false? Continue.
Yeah, well, let me answer the pastor one first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the question about can a
No.
pastor tell you who to marry? You know, I personally, a pastor cannot tell me, no, you have to marry this person. I will not accept. I can only accept if I have been in a relationship with, cutting that person. And I've prayed, and God has led me that this is the person to marry. My pastor now telling me, marry this person, or I bring the person to the pastor. Okay, this is the person that wants to marry me. I have prayed, and he has prayed, and God is leading us together. Do you understand? To marry each other. The pastor can now pray and now confirm what I already know. Do you understand? Even if the pastor, what is happening?
In case you are here today, so you're watching me online.
What is going on?
Yeah, Gores
is it from host?
Gores is doing research. So continue. Continue.
So the thing is, and that's what people are not doing as Christians. When you hear prophecy, a prophecy is a confirmation of what you already know, or what God has already told you.
Mute it now.
Even if God hasn't told you that, it's for you to go and pray for God to confirm that. So that's why people are blindly following prophecies. And mind you, not all prophecies are from God. Not all pastors are true pastors of God. So that's why you personally have to have a relationship with God. Sometimes your father, the one that you look down on, is actually a prophet that God has sent to you. You may bring somebody home and your father will look at that person and say, you see this one? No, my child. No, my child. This one cannot be your husband. And your father will tell you to go and pray about it. To make sure that what God is leading in his heart is what God is leading in your heart. And let me tell you, you may decide not to listen to him. You may decide to marry that person. When it comes to marriage, it is your decision. Because there was a time I saw, I think on social media, the pastor lined up all the single women and all the single men, and he was matching them. Oh yeah, you marry this person, you marry that person. It's not right. Not trouble now. Because you don't know, many of them that are there, they're not Christians. Most of them are not. You're just going by what you see. Just like they said when they gathered, the 12, they had Judas there. So he was matching them. You marry this one. You marry whether they like each other or not. It's not right. Yes, my pastor can pray for me and confirm and say, okay, this is what God is leading. I will be the one to bring the person. He cannot tell me, you go and marry this other person. Sometimes it works. But when they are matching you with somebody, you have to really pray. The God you serve will open your eyes to see whether that person is your husband. I know when I was having suitors, my dad would look and say, okay, no problem. But there was one, he said, he called me early morning, early mama. I was busy loving on somebody. He called me early mama because that other person he saw that they came. He called me. What? Because he normally wakes up every morning to pray. He called me, he said, my dear, this person is I see that both of you will make a good husband and wife. I just feels in my spirit that this one is your husband. I say, God forbid. God forbid. God forbid, I reject it. I'm like, I don't even know that person. Why will I? What my father said was, go and pray about it. He didn't force me. He said, go and pray about it. I said, I don't even need to pray about it. I don't want that person. I do not. That was what I told him. I don't need to. He said, I know you can be very stubborn, but please pray. And then one time I said, what is this thing? And I had a dream and I saw that that person was my husband. Was it easy to accept? It wasn't. It was the hardest decision in my life. It wasn't my pastor.
Auntie Ju,
Hmm?
it was even easy for you to see it in your dreams, because that was not the first time you have been praying. No.
Yes.
You know, the problem we have nowadays is that before we even get to that point of I'm looking forward to marry, have you been praying? Has God been talking to you before in your life?
Yes.
Like, no, yes, I'm just asking this.
Life now.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about some people. There are some people in this life that they have never prayed in their life for anything. They have not asked God for anything, and then you now get to the point of marriage. You now think God will now jump on you like that. Do you have any relationship with that God?
Exactly. That's that relationship.
So you have to know your own God by yourself. Don't wait until you need something from God before you build relationship with God. God does not even perform magic. And that's what people are looking for.
Let me tell you my story. That person came because the mother has been praying, the family has been praying for a wife. Do you understand? And then So then they brought they presented the pastor with some people that they know. I am telling you the truth. And this pastor, I know this pastor. That's why I say make sure the pastor is from God. So they said, okay, my son, I see you, he wants to marry this. Can you pray about it? The pastor said, okay, he'll fast. He fasted and he prayed. And he said, I don't know this lady. You know, that time I didn't know the pastor. I didn't even know that they did all that. It was later that I knew the pastor. So I don't know this lady. I've never met him that time. But this is the lady that God is leading me. I don't know how. Do you understand? But this is, So with that, they started praying towards it. And when he approached me, I told him, no, I'm not going to marry you. God forbid. I don't even know you. Do you understand? But the Holy Spirit started dealing with me. Once I had that, because my dad said, go and pray. Once I had that dream and that vision, I said, oh my God, it was hard. I cried, but I had to surrender. And I must tell you, I'm married for 20-something years now to that person.
Congratulations.
Did we do bang bang? Did we have time to have courtship or whatever? We didn't. I just went strictly by the word of God. And we started, and you ask person, you see, oh, they'll be married for this year, how many years? That is not a yardstick. Let me tell you, I know that you said somebody wrote a book about marriage. Somebody that is not married. They may experience it based on what they see their parents go through. They may see marriage based on the experiences of people around them. They can share their opinion. You that is 10 years in marriage or that is 2 years in marriage may have experience in marriage that I've never had. You can share your experience. You see what I'm saying? So they can share their experience. It's not actually how long somebody has been married. Somebody that is married for 5 years may have had experiences in marriage that I've never even neared. So we can learn from each other, not basically because of how many years you've been married. But the question I ask people in marriage is, if you have to do this all over again, will you still choose that same person? You see what I'm saying? Will you still go on this journey with that same person? That will tell you how effective or how successful your marriage has been. Okay, guys, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, pastors, good pastors, of course, but they are confirming what you already know in your spirit.
Yes.
Even if you don't know that, and you receive a prophecy, kneel, get on your knees, pray, and God will reveal it to you. God is not an author of confusion. But the problem I have, there's this story about this lady was so much in love with this guy. They were so much in love and they were planning on getting married. But the lady's mother didn't like the man because he wasn't rich enough. And he saw this other one that comes to the store that pretends to be nice. Elema, ekeleo, good morning, ma. Doki Melo, are you good? And was the cousin say, oh, you must marry this person. That's why we human, we can only see the physical. It is God that sees the inside. And it's God that knows what that marriage will be. That's why it's important you see God's face when it comes to marriage. Don't marry because of outward appearance. I'm telling you. That person think that is a billionaire today, tomorrow may not have money. That person you're looking at as a raggedy driver now, tomorrow may be a billionaire. God is a God that sees. As long as both of you agree and God is leading you, God will take you to places and lengths that you will never comprehend. So this lady now, let me finish this story now and I'll go. This lady, this woman, and he's a prayer warrior. Every night he'll be praying the house. God is leading you to marry this my customer. This is a young man. He has a bright future. He's da. This lady, the girl will cry and say, no, I have somebody to marry already. Because God is still showing the girl that this person that you want to marry is her husband. Say, God is not revealing this man to me. I don't know. He said, but my pastor, he took the girl to the pastor. The pastor prayed. Oh, you must marry this one. Because the mother already said, this is the one I want my daughter to marry. Cut the story short. The long story short, she married that one the mom wants her to marry. Guess what? She suffered in that relationship. 2 weeks into the marriage, the man will hit her. The man didn't want her to leave the house. At any little provocation, this girl was enduring. It was her friend that saw her, came to visit her one day and saw bruises. If you see her, she even lost her pregnancy because of this man's beating. The man was, what will I say, a horror. She had to leave. So many young girls, if you want to get married, start seeking God's face. Don't go by physical appearance. So, like now, people will say, who love help is one with money. That one with money will show you pepper. You didn't make that money with them. So they'll have the right to control you. So that's my 2 cents. I gotta go. Thank you, guys.
But before you go, can I ask a question? Sorry.
Okay.
Do you think marriage can change people?
Let me tell you, marriage can change people positively or negatively. But you cannot change a person except the person wants to be changed. Do you understand? I personally, before I got married, I had the Nigeria mentality, Nigeria time. I'm never anywhere on time. When I came here, my husband started telling me, this is what you need to do. You need to be at a place. If you have an appointment, 10 minutes or 15 minutes early. I didn't understand that. But I started working towards that. He started bringing out the good part, the good side of me that I didn't know that existed. So marriage can change somebody positively, of course, because it's two people as one. And you hear people say, since I got married to this lady or to this man, I've been my best. It brought out the best in me. And it can change somebody negatively. If you are in a toxic relationship, it can change your mind. It can make you go cuckoo. And it can bring out things in you that you didn't know you had. But changing a person, you cannot change a person. The person will be the one that decides whether they want the change or not. Just like you hear people say, oh, before I got married, which is very tricky. Before I got married, I used to do this. I used to keep late night. I used to do that. But since I got married, I stopped all that. I don't keep late nights anymore. I don't go drinking anymore. I just focus on my family, do what I'm supposed to do. But there are still some people, when they get married, they're still living those kind of lives, still having side chicks up and down. So can a marriage change people? Yes, marriage can change a person. But you can never change somebody that doesn't want to be changed. That's the truth. All right, that's my 2 cents. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you.
Very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
I like the fact that this discussion is dynamic, because what I noticed now that you people are basing yours in the religious aspect of the whole thing. Mine, I'm basing mine on the humanistic aspect of the whole thing. Marriage or relationships, because when you call it marriage, I think the best person to have in a marriage is actually your friend. You have to cultivate friendship when marriage comes. And following up with that question, can marriage change people? It does. There are men and women that are very authoritative. These are some of the loners, but they were lucky to have gotten a partner. And when they come into the relationship, they are now an authority. You see, can you imagine that somebody, I'm not going to say he or she, I'm going to say someone got married within a short period of time, that person has slapped an adult in the house. You see, that assumption of authority. But there are people who use this authority well. The moment they notice that they are now a Mrs. or they are now a Mr., what they do is they start, showing some element of royalty, because it's you are now in a pedestal that a lot of people, if you go out into the marriage market, you will see a lot of people that are looking for partnership, and they don't have it. You have it. You control that power. You enjoy it. You influence the environment, and that's the human aspect that I'm coming in with. So there are people that are very difficult when they become married. They become authoritative. They become who are you? That is Madame's table, side of the table. Don't ever sit there. Who are you to go and sit? You see, that's the problem. That means we have to educate ourselves, and that's why culture should come into this whole thing. I don't know what you people are going to do with the new era of life that is coming, because I'm complaining about the two major religions. What about the issue of feminism? What about the issue of men that are becoming neutrals? Okay, so these things are coming up. How are we going to manage this situation? And that's why culture is the only thing that can help us, reduce. Because my ladies and gentlemen that are in the chat room, please, we're talking about humanity here. We're not just talking about two individuals. I'm telling you the truth. We're not talking about just a marriage of two individuals. We're talking about humanity right now, because the humanity starts from two persons, decided to have a healthy relationship that will influence the community well, so that procreation and again good future will be for all of us. So I think I will allow somebody else to come in. Gores, please call in Good Vibes. Why is she hiding? Good Vibes is in the bush. Tell her to come up.
Yeah, he or she said, while we here, I don't understand the question, so I did say, he or she can use the link to come up and also
So please,
contribute,
Good Vibes, come up. Good Vibes
because
is
we
a
would
Do you
love,
know the
lady.
person?
Yeah, Good Vibes is a lady, and she's a subscriber to you. So
yeah, and
yeah,
she's been contributing. So
yeah,
please,
she's been
use the link
contributing
and
so
come up.
much. Good Vibes, come and tell us something. Good Vibes, please come in a yard. Big up
Good vibes,
yourself.
please come up. Let's hear. Or you
Good
can. I
Vibes,
don't know
come
what
in a
your name
yard. I'm
is.
leaving. I'm leaving. Me gonna come soon. Good yard. Come in a yard and tell us some good story about life. So, Madam Funke, thank you very much. And Gores, I have to leave. Probably I'm going to stay in the chat for a while. There are some new videos that I want to post, because I was in Munich yesterday. It was cold, but I was in Munich, and I know that some people knew that I was going to Munich and they want to see. So let me see if I can just post a 2 minutes video while I'm using the other device to chat in and out. Thank you very much. Humanity first. put that religion, it has killed us in that country. It has done some good. I'm not saying that there is no good, but it has done some good. But in that continent, that those two religions has killed us. Let them not be our yardstick. Our yardstick should be learning to understand each other's culture and again seeing that love has no barrier. Funke has another my another
Are you sure
perspective.
love has no barrier?
No, it doesn't have barrier. Well, except we are talking about
Whatever we ought you, is better you put a barrier in between.
yes. That's what you mean. That's what you mean, and I
Yeah, that's
understand.
what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
understand that. But love is
yeah.
because the only way you can describe what love is God is when you talk about love. Can you imagine somebody dying for another person? That's what we are being taught in that religion. Oh, that's what we are being taught in that religion. Who amongst you can do it? No, but I know that sometimes if you grow up with your husband or your partner, there is this tendency of messiahship in your life. That man is or that woman is suffering. You look. I was in the maternity ward myself. I nearly died the day my son was being born. So but I have to help out where I was asked to, and later I vented. Okay, thank you very much. You all are good people, and stay good. And I hope that somebody will come in and continue this discussion. And that's the reason why I'm leaving now. I'm leaving so that someone else can come in. Okay, thank you very
Is
much.
us not tired? Auntie correct. But it's Sweeney.
I'm not
About the Sweeney.
tired. I'm not tired.
I know Martin. I think change you.
Yeah, more people are coming. I can see how many people in the house. We have 10 active people. We have
People
45
are really
likes.
dropping
We
now.
should be accepting more likes. Oh, yeah, some just left, but it's okay.
Help us
I,
like the stream. Oh. Thumbs
yeah,
up.
yeah. So thank you very much, Gores. Thank you, Madam Funke. Until some
You're
other time.
welcome.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you
we'll
very
catch
much.
on the streets. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
On the street. Thank you. Thank you, brother Ifine. God bless you. Thanks for the contribution, and you kept us listening. Thank you. And some of the things he is typing, I really can't. I don't get some
Ẹ
of
má
them.
worry. Ẹ má worry. Ẹ fi èmi àti
Very
Madam
slow.
A sílẹ̀. Just
Okay.
leave us. Leave me and A.
Okay. So, thank you, Uju Talk Show. What's her name? Good vibes. If good vibe. Please, can you simplify what you meant by are we here to something that you're asking for the chat? I don't understand what you mean. If you want to, because I know you've been contributing in the comment section, and we do appreciate that. If you want to use the link to come and explain yourself, and I don't know if you're talking about the jacket because you can actually use type Gores, then your link would be dropped.
Okay, did she ask a question on the chat?
She said, "Oh, are we here to?" I did highlight it earlier. Let me try and see it. I think she's left. She said bye or she's left. So I think I don't know
Okay.
what. Yeah, I've listened. She said, "Are we only here to listen?" Asking for the rest of the chat. Not to listen alone. You can also drop your comments if anyone is also
Okay.
having that.
Maybe the person is not used to coming to live streams.
Yeah, I
If you
think
have
maybe
any opinion, you can join. Yeah.
some people also know that what the last time they usually join is they have to keep dropping their link, but like I said on our discussion live stream, I would rather let us drop comment would I say comment on what we're discussing rather than just dropping link, just to also keep
Yes.
so we know what we're doing. And
Decorum.
even
Yeah.
so, even when some other people are trying to watch, or if I want to check something later, it's easier for me to go through it. I've said it in the morning that when is premiere, I don't mind. I might give people the jacket so they will be able to connect. And it's just premiere is not that long, and everyone
Mm-hmm.
will go back to normal. So Okay, so I hope I have explained that better. If that's what the good vibe has in mind, or any other one that she's helping to speak their mind out. So Funke, we're back together. Let's talk about
Yes.
Davido. Do you think Tiwa Savage is fighting for Davido's daughter or Sophia, or there was actually a beef before? Because
Me, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with Davido and Tiwa Savage. Oh. I've not read the story. I'm just seeing it everywhere.
Okay, so she said Davido is I don't know the word to use again, or YouTube. I would say it in a little small way, threatening her that something to do with so she's decided to take him to court, or to she should just put her maybe law enforcement into action, so that or go and make it known. So if anything happens to her, and she said Davido just say he's going to deal with her or something like that. And a lot of people are coming up to say it was because Tiwa Savage's son and Davido's daughter. You know, his first daughter is from Sophia, the Sophia that they're not getting along, so that they're friends. Because we always see the party that, um, so Sophia and Davido that. Anyway, Tiwa Savage is closer to would be closer to Sophia, which is the Davido's first daughter,
Okay.
a child. I mean, so they felt maybe it was he's trying to tell her to stay away from um the baby mama or something like that. Why I'm actually bringing it on is to see that is Tiwa Savage also trying to take someone else's uh beef. She wants to, maybe she's trying to insert herself into it, or is this Davido that is actually not doing well, because they said maybe he's not funding the girls' school or anything. We actually don't know anything anymore right now. I felt for
Okay.
a woman, which is Sophia, is she not working? Why are you depending on Davido? But by right, Davido should do it. Should take care of his daughter, because it's not like he can't afford it. So we don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a certain amount that he's been given, and the baby mama felt you're more than this. I won't take it from you. You know
Yeah.
all
They just
those.
want to be living that big woman, big girl lifestyle. They can take care of that, their children, all those the baby mamas and everything. But you know, Davido is a rich kid, so they want to be living large. Yeah. So they can't do without him. They can't do
Mm,
without him. They want to go on vacation. They want to do this, do that, and they don't want to work. They want to depend on the money of that guy.
money that is coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Because
I,
how many people will go on vacation with their salaries? Salaries cannot take you on vacation. It's
yeah,
extra money. They need extra money to do big girl lifestyle.
being a celebrity's side babe twist is another work for them.
Yes. They
Hey,
want,
so
you know,
let's
they want
get
to keep
someone.
up. They want to keep up with that lifestyle. You
Yeah,
understand?
they want to upgrade as
Uh-huh.
well. Yeah. Hey, so
Yes.
let's get someone to come up here. The link is there. I hope they will be able to join, but they seems to have been tired, or maybe they are shy. You don't really need to show your face, as you can see. I think Ifeanyi and Ujo was up here and they didn't show their face, so you don't have to. You can drop your opinion. Mosisi, I know it will be late at yours right now. My God, I didn't even know it was still here. Mosisi, can you please go up to support the host? Mosisi, I'm not sure Mosisi is still here, because it will be very, I think it should be around 11 at his place right now. Okay, so there was this thing I saw about it was a video where they said Adeboye Pastor Adeboye is not my mate. He said they shouldn't be allowing people that are not a member to come to the pulpit. I don't know, maybe to preach or to say anything. Do you think that was right? Do you agree with such? Could
Yeah. You
your
see,
reason?
my opinion on that is that he has his own reasons for saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to say it a lot that my parents are church owners, they are church founders. Let me not say church owners. God owns the church, but they are church founders. And there is nothing we have not seen in this Christendom. We have invited ministers to our church, and then they started misbehaving. They started saying things that are wrong. That they started saying things that are not supposed to be done. Some of them started asking for money, raising funds that we didn't send them to do.
Which is their
You
usual.
understand that?
Some of them don't.
Yes. And then after raising the funds, we've had one that wants to collect the money. That says Shebi is the one that helped us to raise the money. That is taking the money. Do you understand?
Or they will say they want 60% of the money or something like that.
Yes, some of them will even say, that money I raised is prophet offering. I'm collecting everything. We've invited a pastor to our church before, and the pastor started contacting our church members. He even invited the married woman over to his place because the woman was, trying to conceive, and then he wants to use that to enter into her and be having affairs with her. So I see where Pastor Adeboye is coming from. That he's saying that people that are not from his church should not mount the pulpit again, should not minister again, because he's trying to avoid such things.
Does that mean that they would not be inviting people from outside their church? Because ministry, they do invite people to come in. So are they stop since they said if that's what they mean, then that means would it too be going to other people's church?
I think that's what it means too, that they won't be allowing people to minister in their church, that they are not their members. Church, we have a lot of doctrines in churches, and you don't know what the person. You cannot be asking a minister, a guest, that do you believe what's your own doctrine? Let me know your doctrine before you come and minister in my church. You will stand somehow. So it's better for you to keep it sane, instead of you bringing someone up and then they will come and show you surprises, and you'll not be able to send them away when they start ministering.
But the people from the church, if they are there and they're also misbehaving, well, is it not almost the same thing? I know, of course, maybe they will be able to quickly step in and say, can you come down? And they will take mic off the person.
Okay, you mean people that are... I don't get that part.
Parish or, let's say, for example, you're a redeemer.
Okay. If peradventure a church member is also doing nonsense on the pulpit, right?
Yeah, a church member.
That one is easy now. That one is easy to tame, to control, rather than bringing someone else from outside. You don't know what they are bringing. You don't know the spirit they are bringing.
And I think the people they are invited from outside, they should be given some rules that please don't raise
anti-correct. Some people will not listen again.
Remember Pastor
once they
a few years ago,
Adejumo.
Yeah, he will be saying God said this one, he will raise 1 million until when people started shouting, So they will say it's God that they were led to do that. And this
some people, once some people climb that stage, they cannot be controlled again. They will just be doing all sorts. The one God sent them, the one God did not send them, they will just be saying everything. How will a minister be inviting a married woman to come and meet him in a guest house?
It is God that sent him.
And the man told the woman that they are going to have a spiritual bath naked. You are going to have a spiritual bath for another person's wife naked. And that's not how we are brought up in my own church. We don't do spiritual bath in my church. And you now invited someone to come and be doing spiritual bath.
Mrs. You're welcome. I thought you'd gone home.
Mrs.
Thank you. I'm not feeling well. That's why all my contributions were in the chat. And I was looking at AA saying, Moses, you go up. I was like, what is the problem with her? Anyway, you cannot invite any leader. You cannot invite any leader or another person into your premises when you don't know how those people behave. Not only even in church leaders, in even other places. Okay, you cannot invite Musi at your place, Golix, because God has sent him. Musi, say how God has sent Golix. See how. You should know first how Musi behaves, how Musi really lives his life, how of all levels, church, parties, home. You might end up having a person who rape your daughters at home. You may end up having you have to know the person. You might end up having someone who will take away your babies for good, okay? Yeah, always invitation is always about knowing someone, how he or she behaves, his or her background, no matter what. Today, the reason why I didn't really try to pop into the stream yard is because I'm still struggling with malaria, this African popular disease. That's
Oh,
why I
you have
said, okay,
malaria over there.
Oh,
I have my stuff here.
Wow, sorry.
oh, sorry about that.
I also
Now,
have malaria. I'm also battling with malaria over here. It's not been easy.
yeah, that's why I was making all my contributions to the all in the chat, fully detailed, so that at least everyone can really understand the moment I try to post it in the chat room. Right now it's 9:36 p.m. here in Uganda. Then
Fine.
the
Oh, I
other,
thought it was
the,
around, it will be around 11. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I should do 1, 2.
It's 7:30 here. 7:30 p.m.
It's 7:30 p.m. at your end. It's 6:30
Yes.
at my home there. Okay, 7:36. Okay. Okay, sorry, Moses. Hope you feel better soon. And
that's why by the way I've not done live streams because I feel like I cannot talk for some time.
the one you did yesterday just suddenly
The power went off.
oh,
And I said, since even I wasn't feeling well, I said no, I will not use my phone to go back on live. Let me just leave it the way it is.
okay.
Mm.
That's fine. Please make sure you concentrate.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, you comply with the medication, so everything.
Yeah, by the
Like
time
me now,
I'm done
I
with my
didn't
medication,
complete
I'll be
mine.
fully back.
Pardon me.
That by the time
I
I
thought you
complete
take care
my
of yourself.
medication, my dose, I'll be really fully back on my stuff to do all the necessaries.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think we should call it a have we touched everything? Almost everything. Davido, TJ, TB, Joshua. I know his case is not ending soon because people are
Yeah, that you see that TB Joshua case. I've seen some people on this street. You know, maybe they attend his church when they were in Nigeria. I've seen some content creators coming up to defend him. So you know, I don't want to dwell on it so much because like if I is a brother, I should not be calling him like that.
the big man.
Like he said, yes, I know he's an elderly person. Yeah, like he said, everybody will be defending their own.
I think that's his
Even
channel Andrew. So we should be
yes, even when evidences are like so glaring like this, people will still be supporting their own people, because I've seen a lot of videos from our fellow content creators supporting TB Joshua, defending him, saying let him rest. Why didn't you come out when he's still alive, when he was still alive? Oh, they are all telling lies about. I just
But people
say
were
thanks for
asking
sharing.
before he passed on.
And now I just said
People
thanks
were
for
asking
sharing.
questions. I don't understand.
And now
And when they said you
it's only
specially question the one where people that have passed, I don't understand why won't people.
there's nothing there's no law that says you should not question anybody that is dead.
People should learn from the mistakes because they've passed on doesn't mean that then they should just overlook it. I know they cannot take them to court, but they can bring those things forward so that others will know what to avoid, what they shouldn't do anymore, what has done been wrong. But
like what Ifeanyi said the other time, religion, you need to balance things up in the aspect of religion. And also
Christianity.
also wrote something in the chat the other time that we should know our God by ourselves. Like the level I am spiritually, I'm not saying I'm spiritually upright, I'm perfect 100%, but the level of spirituality I've attained now, a pastor cannot tell me to take off my clothes. I want to pray with me naked. I cannot do that. The pastor will tell me, I want to pray for you, but I have to anoint your private part.
Even before the pastor will even touch my face, gone now, right now, this is gone.
What kind of anointing do you want to put on my private part? For God's sake, we need to know our God. No pastor will, no, God will not tell a pastor to anoint you naked.
Mm.
So we need to know the God we are serving ourselves, so that we will not be brainwashed by all these fake people parading themselves as pastors. God will help us, oh.
Amen.
In
Amen.
Nigeria,
Thank you.
especially women,
Yeah, women, they are
women
too
are
gullible.
so, yeah, they're so gullible for all these men of God, all these men of God in quotes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fanny, for coming. Thank you. God bless you. Funke. Oh, it's you and Funke. Yeah, so I think we've touched everything. Adeboye, Funke, Adejumo's, Davido.
What did Funke Adejumo say? What about her?
She said she doesn't encourage people to marry, don't marry
Oh,
outside your tribe. And she was also
okay. I don't even know she was the one that said it, though.
yeah, I was looking for
Yeah.
the video because I saw it and I just
That's not
put
right.
that in my
A
head.
pastor should not say that publicly,
So
that you should not marry from one tribe.
I
No.
wanted to play so that we can see where she was what she's heading to. Everyone will have their
Even
own, is it
even if we have 1,001 experience about someone that has married another tribe and was not successful, you should not come back to say it publicly. That, oh, this tribe, they are not good, don't marry this tribe. No. You cannot generalize based on what some people have experienced.
yeah, she said that, and
Yeah.
she was saying something, maybe marriage will not change people, marriage will change people, or something like that. Just okay. I wanted to bring the video so we could hear her saying it and why she meant it. But we've actually dealt with it. It might be late another time, this kind of
Yeah.
topic is something that has happened a couple of times years back. Don't marry, don't, all those things. So people come with it into it from different angle. It's just
Yeah.
how are people seeing it right now? They still believe in don't marry from another tribe. Their reasons. A lot of people still maintain their reasons because of how they've been dealt with. And some
Yes.
during the last election in Nigeria, they've made up their mind that you know what, it's a no. It's like it's not going to work. They will say if they embrace you initially, after a while, they will just uh, turn their back.
Yes.
Look at the adage
Yes.
that they say, is it okay for you to your in-law? I know, but it's not good for you to
Anoburuku.
have bad in-law.
Yes.
So yeah, and all that. So those are the things that some people will just be looking at. Think of like if
Yeah.
it's just you and your husband, but what if you go
And
to your in-laws and
as we are saying it, some people are married to someone from another religion and they are enjoying themselves. They don't have any
yes,
problem at all.
they don't though.
Some Christians are married to Muslims and the man is allowing them to do their Christianity. You can even some even allow them to take their children to church if they want to.
Yeah, I know someone that
Yeah.
married a Christian. She will take her children to church when he's going to when
Mm.
he's doing his mosting. Maybe most of the time, those times that maybe all of them wear those white things. They will go. I was just thinking, are these children not going to be confused? But I think they're getting used to it.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So the children will go to church, and
I
anytime
think when they grow up, when the kids grow up, they will just choose
they will
they will
balance. Yeah, they know
choose
one
whatever
is
they want to choose. Once their parents are not forcing them to do one religion, they will eventually choose the one they are comfortable with or the one they grew into. Yeah.
So those children, now, if they ask them, "Are you a Christian or Muslim?" They will say, "My father is a Muslim, my mom is a Christian."
Yeah, that's how they do now.
Yeah, as well.
But
Thank you for
most of the times, the women have influence over their children more. They spend a lot of time with their moms.
Mhm.
So it's very easy for the woman to manipulate, kind of, to have influence on the children more than the father would do.
Yeah,
In some
it's true.
cases.
Thank you. I hope your research, your paper is going well.
I'm on it. I'm still on it. So we are progressing.
God will see
We are
you through in
progressing.
Jesus' name.
Amen. Oh, amen. Amen.
Mm. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
it. I trust. Is there
Enjoy
anything
the rest
else
of
you
the
want to say?
weekend.
Will do. Thank you. Is there anything you want to
Yeah,
say?
I want to ask something. The person that gave us super thanks on your monetization, is it your daughter, like your biological daughter,
Which one of them?
Joanne?
That's my first daughter. Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice. That's so beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
So send my regards to her on
She
that
decided to
beautiful
put
gift.
herself on that day, so I thought, okay.
That's so nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Enjoy
time.
weekend. Yeah.
And you too. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, thank you everyone. So we've come to the end of the discussion. There's so many would I say knowledge we've gained. For me, I've heard from different people. I've seen how some people view this issue, and me, I think some people would see how I view the issue as well. In regards to TB Joshua, I still feel that whoever wants to talk, they should say whatever they want to say, of course, in a nice way. I am not saying they need to pep it up. Is 10 apple, don't add zero to it to make it 100. If you want to say your truth, say your truth. If you're adding to it, remember there's God. But the bottom line of it is it should be said so that others could pick, they will learn from it. So that people that are being gullible to maybe all these pastors, ministers, all those prophetess and all that, they can also be guided. I know no matter how they are saying it, some people will not depart. They will still keep going there and they will be lamenting. This is one thing. Some people will still be going there and they will be lamenting and be going, but they will not leave the place. Later they will say it's juju and all that. But I feel if anyone has what is it called, things to say, or they have experience that they want to bring out for people to know, let them do. I wouldn't just like when they start adding more to it, then it now make you whatever you have said that is actually the truth. It will make it invalid because they feel everything you've said earlier was the truth. Can they be judged when they've already left and they've gone to be with the Lord or be wherever they are? They can't take them to court, but their character, whatever they've done, can still be questioned. But even their children, except their children don't back them up, if their children is still backing those things up, people will still come for them. The same way with his wife, his family anyway. So, and every other people that they see is associating with them. That's about TB Joshua. I heard one of his daughter too was out to also say something. The daughter that he refused to want to accept, the one that maybe was having something with other women, and the woman just eventually got pregnant and gave birth to her. So, yeah. So, should you marry from another tribe? You need to study it. When you first see the person, you guys like each other, you like his behavior, you like behavior, you guys are gelling well, you respect each other, you view each other's issues well, you listen well to each other. There's a lot that you have to consider. Then you can now think, would you be able to cope with the family from another tribe? Because when you discuss it and the person is putting your mind at rest that don't worry, my family are no issue. And when you go there, this is part of why you cutting wool is very important. You see how they are behaving to you, you discuss it with him or her. The assurance they are giving you will determine maybe something you want to go on with. Remember, initially, even when you agree with it, later you might not feel comfortable with it anymore. Meaning, for how long? Some will say, I don't mind, I can cope, but 5 years later, they feel this thing is choking. I'm not going to lie. When I met my husband, he doesn't like fish. He doesn't eat fish. Even to now, he's not a fish person. And all he told me that, don't worry, I'm fine with it. Just cook your fish. I'm not gonna eat, and once in a while I can eat it. So during courtship, it will. If I cook it, we might eat one or two, but it will go through. to go and brush his teeth. I was okay with it. Our children started eating the fish when I use it to even in the soup and all that. They love it. Suddenly they started going off fish. So now let me they eat fish for the house. So you see, for how long? So it got to a stage where I would start lamenting like, "Ah, rah, 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 fish is the best distant one in the world. Rah, 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 rah." Yes. So for how long would you be able to? Some people will say, just give it up. Give it up. Give it up if you know your this thing doesn't like it. So just try to consider for how long would you for how long would you be able to cope with that thing where of your partner saying don't worry about it, don't worry about my family, as long as we're together. Remember, they can change his mind anytime, they can change our mind anytime, and once they change as well, you have to also consider change, that if they change later, would you still be there? Would you still be able to be there? I pray that the grace of God will continue to help everyone who are maybe into it or they're thinking of it, that it will help you through. But you need to be wise, you need to be sensible. You cannot see an obstacle and you keep saying, I'm going, I'm going, I'm going, but you just keep lamenting. I just pray for better things to, for you to see, for God to show you, for you to see it clearly. If it's something you can dive into. Also remember that there are some people, they believe that, okay, I can go into it in the next 10 years. If it's not working, then I think we can talk of how we can be friends without being enemy. Yeah. So if it's not working, if you want to go your own way, you don't need to be an enemy of each other. You can still be friends. When I mean friends, I don't mean because some people will say, "Oh, once they are no longer together, there's no point for them being friends." You don't have to be enemy. So do what pleases you. If you want to take it through your pastor, I don't know about that because some of those pastors also have their issues that they cannot solve. They will only help you respond to your needs on their human feelings. They're human. So they will say they might even be wrong, they might not know, but they don't want to tell you that they don't know. So that's why you need to consider that. Does marriage change people? Yes and no. You can change you positively and it can change you negatively. Some people have tempers, but the person they got married to has been the one trying to help them. So, and later they will tell you that when I got married earlier or when I met my husband, I used to, and later I was coming down. Some will say my wife calmed me down when I got married to my wife, and later everyone has their reasons. It can change you positively and it can change you negatively. Even children can make you change as well. So in the course of all this, there's some people are quite gentle, quiet, but marriage has taught them to speak up. Me, YouTube made me to start talking. And I would say part of it at work. When you go slightly a bit off from your level at work, you will find those who you think are your friends. They will see you like you can't be my. No, 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 no. They don't want to be answerable to you, so they'll start forming this thing. So anything can change depending on situations. So yes, marriage can change people. Yes or no? Should they allow people to come to the pulpit to preach, except from their member? They should do what they feel. Test all the spirits. You don't even know, even the one in there can also um do what you think the outsiders will do. So if that's what works for them, fine. They must have a reason for concluding that's what they want to do. And yeah, I agree with it to a stage. And I wouldn't like when they say it, and maybe some other people are still allowed, while some are just being. So those ones will now start saying, "Oh, it seems that rules were made for them." Of course, they should make it clear why they are actually bringing those rules in. People see church as a business. Do you see church as a business as well? I don't know. They should do what pleases them. When it comes to Christianity, it's so wide. Do what you can do. And Davido and Sophia, I feel Sophia, please, if you're working, face your children, face your daughter. Don't rely on Davido. And yes, Davido, you have the right to look after your daughter, and let her have a fatherly love, so she can also have a story to tell about her father, or and all this fatherly thing that they do, so she doesn't feel left out. If you're not doing that, then you're not doing well. People love you, but at the same time, when it comes to your your living one aside. They will push all the blame on your present wife, which is Chioma, and we don't know. Maybe Sophia is demanding for what Davido is not ready to offer as well. We don't know the main issue, but I know if Atiwa Savage is also bringing this on based on the relationship he has with Sophia, then that is wrong. But if Davido too is given a threat, then he should stop it. I think I've covered everything I have on the screen, and yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you, everyone that joined. Initially, before I used to kind of highlight everyone when I'm coming to the end, but it's a lot. So I thank everyone that's come up here to the panel. Rebecca, I can't remember the surname. Rebecca, is it Lawrence also? Um, who was it as well? Olufunke, thank you, God bless you. Thank you, Rebecca, God bless you. Thank you, Uju Talk Show, God bless you. Ifeanyi, God bless you too for coming up. And everyone who has contributed to the chat as well, to the discussion. We appreciate you. God bless you. And we will see you next week. Same time, I guess. I have a guest next week, and I'll be putting the thumbnail on very soon. And so that I'll have a guest that will be coming up, and we're going to be discussing a very important topic. Every topic is important. So you look out for the flyers. And to those who are expecting jacket, my apologies. And I'm sure you're going to get used to this soon. Premiere, I will give jacket, but on live stream, please let's keep it to the discussion. And I appreciate your presence. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. Like I said, I have two channels. Go right this channel and expressing my view. You might be seeing me with another channel, which I put the name at the handle as Gores EMV. I might be using that to watch your video, depending on most of the time, but I'm getting used to it because very soon I might not be using this channel to watch your video. So when you see me, when you see that, I'm the same person as Gores and as EMV. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you in my next one. Please watch my other video. I do drop a weekend boost, and I want you guys to help to support me with that as well. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you. God bless you. Don't forget to join my membership if you can. I don't mind, and you can super thanks, super chat, super whatever. You can buy me a coffee. I don't mind as well. Thank you very much for your time. Do take care. Bye bye. Yeah, thanks you, Rebecca. God bless you. Rebecca, is it Le Prince or Le Prince? Thank you. Bye, Official and will be co-hosting with me as well in February. And that will be the poster will be coming up soon too as well. I have mentioned that I'll be bringing people in on this show since last year. So we'll be starting next week by God's grace. Thank you all. Hope you are not feeling the cold. I'm not feeling the cold. The cold is feeling me. I'm feeling it though. I'm feeling it, but we're getting used to it. Those people in US, I don't know how they are doing it, but yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Let me quickly click in before I click 3 hours.